Hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm sorry, a little late. I was tired as heck. Let me pull up the chat real quick. Um, it's almost but not about to be a re-church tonight. I just woke up, like literally, just woke up. So, how's everybody doing? Wait for a couple people to join in. Uh, I'll put the um, I'll put the sheet. I'll put the link in the chat. And I feel welcome to church, everybody. Welcome to church. Uh, hey, what's going on, Bronx? Rookie Brock, how you doing? For some reason I can't. Where's the chat at? Okay, there's the chat. There we go. All right. How's everybody doing in this great Monday? Monday night. Um, I'm sleepy as heck. Yeah, let's go Caps. The Washington Caps play tonight. What's going on, Chimp? I'm the Reefer. Hey, Infamous. I checked out your video just now. I'm just waking up. Um, so I checked out the video. Well done, well done. What's going on, Robert? Exotics, Aquatic. I checked out your video too the other day. Um, I just checked it out. No comment on that. um, yeah. So what's going on with everybody? I wanted to keep the live stream going because kind of committed to it. I'm telling you, I was tired as crap. I almost didn't make it. So we're gonna wait for everybody else to join. Right now we got 9 viewers. What's going on, everybody? That want to join, the link is in the chat. If you have a hard time getting in, um, shoot me an email or hit me up on Facebook. Um, what's up, David Down Reef? What's going on, Dion? How you doing, buddy? Um, what's up? What's up, Anthony?
What's going on, man?
Nothing much, man. I was almost didn't almost didn't have this thing tonight. I was like in a, you know how you get into and sleep, like it's like the weather, it's like when it's raining outside, you don't see it but you know it.
hmm
I was in one of them deep sleeps, like, yeah, it's definitely raining outside. So,
Yeah, that's why when you were saying that, I was like, let me hop in with DC a
yeah,
little bit.
I appreciate it. I'm struggling.
Need the help sometimes, man.
I do, man. I do. What's going on, man?
Not much, brother. Just editing my butt off.
Oh yeah. So I know you was I know this like exclusive. I know that you mentioned it before, but I was looking forward to that what's my guy name on YouTube, Drew's Lagoon.
hmm
I know you got some shots of that. So any uh
Oh
any release dates?
no, no release date on that. You
Okay.
see, because I have like that personal vlog going now, right?
Right, right,
So basically, what happened was Stephanie and I actually did like 5,000 miles from like Austin, like through Arizona and New Mexico, up near like the top of New Mexico, across to NorCal, and all the way down to SoCal and back in like 2.5 weeks. So we went to a music festival and we actually camped at the campgrounds,
right.
and there was just a whole bunch of like hay getting kicked up and dirt getting kicked up that like my sinuses got real messed up. I started getting really, really, like really sick. We were supposed to meet up with like Drew's Lagoon like on the way back, and couldn't, man. Like I literally, like, I was so sick that I had to do the drive in one night. So I like was on the road for like 25 hours, and I was like, I couldn't get out of bed for 3 days, man.
Dang.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
tough. What's crazy is I just met up with the like my DMV squad, like Moki and Mighty
hmm
a couple other
Who did
reefers.
DMV joke that I do not understand?
DMV. It means DC, Maryland, Virginia.
Ah, okay, okay.
So you could literally like drive 10 minutes and be in Virginia,
Yeah,
and then the other way drive 10 minutes and be in Maryland. So like
yeah.
DC is right in the middle of it. Um, so but we met up at the that fish place up in Lancaster, PA, and Moki was hurt, man. He was sick. Emily had made him sick from the week before.
Uh-huh.
But he was like an energetic type dude. He
Uh-huh.
was hurting, man. So
Yeah. That's and it just like kills, man. Like you guys see how I am. Could you like imagine what it takes to like put me in bed for 3 days?
right, right.
I'm talking about like I couldn't equalize. So when we went like across like the was it babe? The Great Divide, was it? The Continental Divide. Like the elevation just went high. Literally got to the point where it felt like needles were just poking me in my brain. My
Wow.
sinuses went all crazy. I started getting like a migraine throughout the back of my head. Like when I got home, like literally, if you watched, I actually filmed it. I filmed every hour of that drive, like giving an update on like how everything was going, and I actually posted that. But you can literally see my face get like puffier and puffier. I can't talk because my jaw, for some reason, just started swelling up. Like it
It's all
was
allergies, right?
allergies is what started, but I think because you know, like they say, don't fly if you have sinus problems.
Hmm.
It's because you can't equalize. So I wasn't able to equalize while we're going up and down, like changing elevations, like going above and below sea level. It just like messed me up, man. And we like went through we drove by Bubba's house because you know I filmed at Bubba's place.
Hmm.
So I was like, oh, I really wanted to stop by Bubba's place for a little bit, but I knew like it was like a marathon. Like the moment I stopped moving, I was like gonna be done. Like there was just no way.
You didn't take like any like I guess like NyQuil or Dayquil or something like that, or
We ended up taking 'cause we ended up finding a gas station at like 3 a.m. that had some Claritin,
hmm.
but even that didn't do nothing. Like I had to like just TMI maybe, but I was like sitting in a tub of like just cold water. Like I was just laying in a tub of cold water. Like I had
Wow,
no like I was just trying my hardest to like bring my temperature down and everything. Like it was
man.
like I titled the video like the hardest thing I've ever done. It was by far the hardest thing I've ever done.
I bet, man.
It's
I bet.
crazy. And it's like it's nothing like there was days where we were doing 13-hour drives. So to do like from California to Austin was 18. So it wasn't like too much more. It wasn't the drive. It was like the sinuses plus like the elevation going crazy and everything that like took me out. I
Oh,
only had 3 hours of sleep that whole car ride too.
jeez, man.
Yeah,
The dedication, man. The dedication.
dude.
See what us YouTubers go through. We put our bodies on the line.
Dude, man. And the thing is too, like personally, I'm so goal oriented, like, and I'm so stubborn, man. So once I was like, you're not like you're getting home. Like my goal was like, I just want to sleep in my bed. I've been sleeping in a car and in a tent for 2.5 weeks. Like I just want to sleep in my bed. I was like, I was getting to my bed. There was like nothing stopping me from getting to my bed. But that last like 15 miles or so, like literally it felt like I was in a marathon and I was just like, just keep on moving. Like once like left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot. It was tough.
Oh, well,
It was
imagine
fun.
better now.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah,
look
yeah.
forward to meeting you like in I want to say 3 weeks or so.
Yeah, actually I think it is 3 weeks. We were talking to Stephanie's mom the other day. We need to finalize those details, like what exactly what day, like
Okay.
all that stuff. We should
Yes.
start a hangout with Moki and us three.
Yeah, because it's after you're coming down here after Palooza, so
Hmm.
I'm thinking because I'll be back. I took off I took off work Thursday to Thursday.
Uh-huh.
So I think you'll be in town, yeah, Thursday, I believe, right?
I think so.
Yeah, the 27th, something like that. Yeah,
26th or 27th.
yeah, we'll definitely link up.
Yeah.
Get
Oh
that
yeah,
fun.
I'm amped, bro. Like you have no idea.
I mean, can't you tell in my voice?
Stephanie is so excited. Every time she sees a picture of you and stuff, she's like, "That's DC. That's DC. We're gonna go see DC."
Oh, come on. Thanks, Steph. I appreciate that.
He
Uh,
said, "Yeah." Looking forward to it. She said she's looking forward to it. She always gets excited when she sees like a pic. I'll be on Instagram and she'll see a picture of you or DC, you or inappropriate reefer, and she's like, "Maki, DC, can't wait to see him." Blah, blah, blah.
yeah, Moki the star, man. Like I couldn't even talk to my guy, man, without people just coming up. Hey, are you Inappropriate Reefer? And they was like, oh, you DC Reefer. You be in this video sometime.
Mikey is a star though. He just has that personality.
Yeah,
It's like, how do you not like Mikey?
the guy's awesome. The guy
Yeah,
is awesome.
he
No
just has
question.
like that magnetic personality.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, it's like nothing but positivity. He doesn't take himself too serious.
Right. And he listens. Like, you know how some people fake listen?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
He actually listens. Like he'll try your advice, even though it could be bad advice. He'll try it, you know. He's just
Yeah.
yeah.
That's it.
People in the
Yeah,
chat, I'm gonna send you the email. Tina and T. I'm going to email you guys. Just give me 1 second.
yeah. But yeah, that's like one of those things, dude. That's why, to be honest, like sometimes I'm real selective about who I invest my advice into because like time, you can never get time back. If you like, I have someone that's like habitually showing me that they're not even open to advice; they just want to talk. I'm just like, no, can't.
Absolutely, man. It's frustrating if anything, you know.
Yeah,
I'm very selective. I'm a selective advice
giver.
because it's like when you like share your it's almost just like sharing your experience. Like,
Hmm.
hey, you might want to try this because I went through this, and
Hmm.
people just totally disregard. It's like, oh man, it's like a slap in the face.
Yeah,
I
for
just
each their own. My thing is, what feels like a smack to the face isn't like not taking my advice. It's just like the whole like investment of my time.
hmm
Right, because like we only have 24 hours in a day, and there's things I'd rather be doing, to be honest. Like not in a mean way, but there's goals I'm trying to achieve. There's like things I want to do,
doing
and
amazing things.
yeah, like for real, like that's I want to do stuff. I want to experience things. I want to do things. I want to spend time with people, but to give advice and sit with people and then not have it even like to feel like it's just like thrown out the window. It's just like, man, why did you even ask me?
Right.
Like,
I think people want to align their own thoughts with
mhm,
yours, you know what I'm saying? And they want to be
mhm.
validated, not necessarily
Yeah.
school, but they want to be validated in um their way of thinking and stuff like that. So it's
Hmm.
like they had their own answer. They want you
Yeah,
to kind of agree with it, you know. So
yeah, and that's okay.
yeah, instead of be found corrected. Like a lot of people don't want to be corrected. So
What is it? They don't want advice. They want reassurance.
exactly, exactly. And that's tough in this hobby. Like
Well,
I
see,
said,
I'm not even talking about the hobby. I'm talking about life.
yeah,
Sometimes
yeah,
you talk
you're
to
right
a
about
friend
this.
for like 2, 3 hours, and then it's just like you knew before we even talked that you were just gonna do what you wanted to do, anyways. Like, why did you waste my time, man?
Exactly. Yeah, you hit it on the head, man.
Yeah.
Sure, sure. I got a confession though. I'm gonna wait till we got some more people up in here.
Mhm.
Some people I didn't put it on Instagram, I think yet, but I made a it's a confession because I went in my mind. I had a budget where I was gonna spend at this frag swap. Hey, what's going on, Brian?
Right.
All right,
What's going on, business?
Hey,
I got a confession, Brian, man.
what's up?
I wasn't an impulse buyer, but you know, I thought I was out the stage of being lured in, suckered into buying corals.
Mhm.
Yeah, I felt the test this past. So this church, right? This is church where we come to confess. So I've been chasing this bounce mushroom for like 6 months, right? And the guy that was posted, like, I usually deal with local reefers. Um, the guy that had one, he was gonna sell me to for a good price. he sliced it up for me and everything, right? So he had it healing for me, had it on the frag rack, and for some reason he lost it. Like I guess the power head blew it away. Like so he's highly upset, highly peed off because that's like a $300, core that he just lost, right? So I was like, well, when you get another one, let me know, And this one, he had a lot. I'm very particular. Got to have all these bubbles and all this stuff, right? So finally went to the frag spot this past weekend, right? And I had in my mind, I was like, okay, if I see like some rock flower nims, some like ultra, what I'm saying, something nice. I'm gonna pick up one or two, couple zoas. I'm good. $150, $200. That's it. I saw this bounce mushroom. The first vendor I went to saw the bounce mushroom. The first vendor, and I'm looking, right. So I'm like, man, he was like, so I was like, how much is it, man? He's like $250, right? I'm like, man, that's the only core I'm gonna get today. Like, that's it, right? So this is before Moki, Ben, Mighty Nano Tank got there. I was there by myself. So a guy that sells frags, like he sets up like little frag stations for each meeting we have. He was there also. So so his name is dang, what is his name? Oh, that's not important. Anyway, the guy was there, right? And he was like, so he was taunting me. He was like, remember I stole that bounce mushroom from you at the last meeting? I was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, this guy got one right now. And he's selling it for cheaper, right? So he was like, so he kind of like he gave me that nudge that I need. You know what I'm talking about, Anthony? Like you want to do something, but you just need that little
the reassurance.
Yeah,
Not the advice, the reassurance.
So I was like, what's the first of the month? Just got paid. Put it on the card. I put the bounce, man. So I'm so happy though. Like at first, in the back of my mind, I'm like, shoot, man, I knew I shouldn't have bought this coral. But it's one of those things where you can put it off but so much. It's like, okay, let me go ahead and just do this. And at first it's kind of scary because I'm not a master coral keeper. Like I stuff that on me, all that stuff. So I'm like, I remember what you said, Anthony. If I'm worried about it, I spend too much, right? So I was like, it's a mushroom. I could do this. It was just that shot of confidence. Like I'm gonna get this bounce mushroom. I'm gonna grow it out. I'm gonna frag it, and I'm gonna get my money back. So anybody looking for a bounce mushroom is like 6 months, 3 months. I'm your boy, and I'm gonna give it to you for the low, not too low, but low enough.
The low, not the low.
just one low. Just
one low. Don't get crazy now, guys. Just one low.
But man,
the impulse buying thing, yeah, I'm like that too, man. I just bought a Black Widow BTA.
Oh.
Now, did I need to do that? No, but I saw it, and I'm trying to do my BTA tank. I've done a couple videos on it recently, and I saw this Black Widow, and the price was so good, and I was like, oh man, I don't need to spend no money right now, but go ahead, ship it to me.
Then you feel like a baller. He was like, man, just give me my core now, man. Give my enemy.
Yeah.
I got problems, man. I'm glad I don't have any other really. I'm not like into shoes or anything like that. I'm not into jewelry or nothing like that. This is like my only real big vice. I don't drink or smoke or anything like that a lot. So, I do spend a lot on this, and it's just I'm like, wow. But yeah, that impulse buy, man. I just see sometimes I just gotta have it, man.
Yeah. How long have y'all been in the hobby?
I've been in this hobby now, maybe let's say 6 years.
What about you, GC?
Ooh, in and out the hobby. I always say in and out since 2006, so about 12 years.
Like seriously, it took me 10 years to finally get out of that impulse buy stage.
Yeah, I'm still in it. I'll be in it for a minute. I had that feeling. You know?
I'm struggling with it. You know, I just made this confession. I want to shout out my little sister Tanya Corbin. She's in the chat, and I just told her how much I spent on coral. So hope she don't tell my moms or anybody else. Yeah. Welcome, Death Mage. I don't, the impulse buy. I don't think if you're a collector, like I'm a collector, like Zoas. I'm just a big collector, so I don't think you ever get out that state, that impulse.
Yeah.
It might be, you might have like a name in your head that you want to get this utter chaos. You go into a frag swap looking for that, but you might see electric Oompa Loompas, and you're like, oh, let me go ahead and grab that too. So it's like, and I was just explaining to my brother who just came up here and visited me. I was like, our tanks are investments. I was like, this can make us money. I was like, you can frag it up, sell it, and all stuff. But he was asking questions like,
hold on, DC. Hold on. I think your audio is like staticky. Am I the only one hearing that?
Okay. I hear some background noise.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, it's probably, sorry. Can you hear me?
There you go.
That's me.
That was Brian. Okay.
This headset might be better. I'm gonna go get another headset. I'll be back.
Okay, Brian. Yeah, so I was like, he was asking me questions about the tank, and it's so cool to, kind of
talk about it.
Talk to people, about their hobby. I was like, man, I could, I was just showing a bounce mushroom. He was like, yeah, that thing is bright. I was like, yeah, that's like the eye candy. I was like, once it grow out, I must cut it. Well, I'm not gonna cut it personally, but I'm gonna have somebody do it for me that is used to that, and I'm gonna sell it. Try to make my money back and just keep it going. So I'm yeah. I'm excited about that, Anthony, man. I'm just like,
dude, that's what it's one of those things. To be honest, like I say, like if you spend too much, whatever. But I come from like a family of entrepreneurs, and if you're looking at like an investment, then sometimes investment has risk, kind of a thing. And that is like that thing can literally double your money if you do well and take care of it.
So what are you into, Anthony, as far as core? Like what are your collectors?
Really, I love them all, man. I don't really think anything. Well, I will say this elegance that I've been trying to keep alive has been doing the best. It's probably the only coral that I was like, I have to have this.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Everything else, like I find, like I say, like a simple. It doesn't have to be a quad color or tricolor for me to think it's beautiful. You know what I mean? Like there's appreciation in everything if you just like look for it. So
I want to see some macro shots of that elegance, because when I look at the elegance, I see a lot of patterns and there's a lot of attention to detail to them. So I want you to pull out that macro lens, man. Get up on that bad boy.
This one's interesting. It doesn't have a lot of pattern. The mouth, like the tissue, most of it is green. It has a little bit, so the tentacles, and then has like a little bit of green that comes down from the tentacles into the purple body. And it's just like slight patterning. I've never seen one like it. Like I've seen the ones that have the patterning, like the webbing all the way through. I've never seen one that's just like deep purple. It's like a royal purple. Yeah.
So Biz, you gonna show us that Black Widow? I think Moki got one. He got one just recently.
Yeah, it'll be here tomorrow. I just bought it. I bought it last week, and I told them ship it out on Monday. I was gonna work remote. My job allows me to work remote every few days, so I was gonna work remote so I can be here to pick it up. But anemones right now is my thing. I used to be real big into SPS, but it's I switch. Before SPS, I was in the large like meat corals and stuff, but I look at it like investments too. That line that Jay-Z said, I bought this piece of artwork for $1 million. 2 years later, that's just $2 million. That's kind of how I think about it. I buy this Black Widow right now. 2 years later, how many splits could I have in 2 years?
Yeah.
So it's an investment.
Yeah, and I
Especially
think
if you get lucky, because like, what is it? Like Maki has like damn 3 splits. I feel like his anemone is split like 3, 4 times.
yeah, man, you could load up anemones with food, man, and they just start splitting.
Yeah.
Like once you give them that food, you give them the right light flow and all that stuff. But when you start feeding them, then you really like be dedicated to it. Because they're gonna split or they're gonna get humongously big. Like
Yeah, that's
I
why,
love anemones.
man. I always wanted an enemy tank. That's why, like, I'm really watching Brian's anemone build very closely.
Yeah, I'm liking this tank more than my 180 right now, which is weird because I put so much into the 180. But this anemone tank is smaller, but just it like really just sticks out compared to my other tank. It's
Awesome.
nice. I like it.
What's going on, Joey Vera? That's my guy. We started this nano challenge, the originators. I just want to welcome Joey Vera to the hangouts. If you want to join the hangouts, come on in. We're gonna welcome you. If you got any confessions, Joey, come on in. Reef G's, Johan. Let me go through the list. Vicky, can't forget about Vicky Seymour. Where's Mad Dog Vicky?
Yeah.
Where's the Mad Dog at? 92 Reef Lou, what's going on? I think I shout out Death Major already. And everybody else, all the 33, 36 people in the chat. So if anybody want to join, the link is in the chat. Oh, shout out to my Golden State Warriors, Steph Curry. I know that kind of hurts you a little bit, Anthony. You know, CP3 went down, but shout out to my Golden State Warriors, Steph Curry, the homie Kevin Durant, who's from DC. We did that. We about to get ring number 2. Well, ring number 3 for Steph and back-to-back for the Golden State Warriors. So. Wasn't that an amazing game last night?
That was an amazing game.
Right now. I can't even.
Did you see that game, Brian, last night?
Yeah, man, that was amazing, man.
Dude, Steph went
Curry
off.
He's crazy, man. That's not even right.
It's not right. Look,
it's not right.
I described him like this. You know, Steph has changed the game. He is with Shaq, he dominated the paint. Steph dominated the perimeter.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to play that position of point guard. When I tell you out there on the island alone, you're really on the island alone. There's no help. Like you can get help in the paint. You can't get help on the perimeter. Like you just got
his coaches though, man. Steve Kerr. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he has the green light, and the crazy, he's not the best shooter on the team. Like people say, Steph the greatest shooter of all time. In my opinion, he's not even the best shooter on the team. That go to Clay. So sorry, Anthony. You know, I know you Houston Rocket guy. You know, James Harden. They just shot 100 threes in a row and missed them all.
Dude, 27 threes in a row. Come on, man. How you miss 27? It's like all you had to do was make 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah, they're a team that live and die by the 3 though.
Oh yeah.
No, they
and like you get it. You play basketball. I play basketball like at a high level. It's like when something's working for you like all year, you don't just change it. You know what I mean? Like honestly, if I was on the team, all I would have been like, hey, get a few layups and then get back to the threes. That's
exactly.
That's all.
But when you're trying to play Golden State ball. Yeah, it don't work in your favor. And one thing I say about
especially
Steph,
when the thing is too. Oh, sorry, but like the thing is too, like the reason why CP3 is so vital is because James Harden is like a first and second quarter player. They need CP3 for that third and fourth quarter.
Right.
That fell off.
CP3 was giving us problems, you know. Mm-hmm. I believed in Steph and Clay, the Splash Brothers, all day. So yeah. I was hyped last night. That's why I was tired because I stayed up so late last night and I was watching, you know, when your team wins, you watch all the after game interviews and all the sports centers up until 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I was hyped. So I didn't get no sleep. So when I got home today, I saw that Michael Aarons was doing a live stream. I jumped on for a little bit and I was just passed out. But yeah, shout out to the Golden State Warriors. About to be back-to-back champs. Steph Curry with the shot, boy. The chef.
Can't even
chef cooking with the
even his kid famous, Riley. the little girls is famous.
Right.
Yeah, she
What's
is.
going on, Death Mage and Reef G's and
What's up?
TMG? What is up?
What's
Welcome
going on, guys?
to the Reef Church and Chill. So I made my confession, guys, for the night. It seems like I got a confession every week. I'm gonna keep that going. I'm gonna keep doing
Your goal
amazing
should,
things
your
like
goal should be
Infamous
not to
said,
have a
and keep
confession.
professing. So anybody that just joined the Hangouts, got anything to share with us? Confession time.
I
This
cleaned
is
out
church.
some sand today. That's all.
I didn't hear you, definitely speaking to the mic.
I cleaned out some sand today for the lagoon, and that's it. That's about it.
You clean your sand today for the lagoon. That's it.
Yeah. Well, it was sand that I had in my 125, so I just cleaned it out so I could reuse it.
Okay. So what was your thinking behind why would you? A lot of people just toss the sand. Why were you adamant on keeping it?
Because sand is expensive, and why not just clean it out when you can do that?
I was looking at Steph in the back.
She has a-
I've cleaned out sand before. This is the second. No, this is the third time I've done it.
Okay. Okay, Joey Ver, I'm sorry, definitely I was listening, but Joey Ver said, "What is Reef Church all about?" First time on these streams. So, Joey, just to explain to you, Reef Church is a place where you come to share, and you share your experience or confessions, basically. It's like when you go to church, you confess, and whatever church you go to, you do some type of confession or testimony. That's what we come here to do. So we come to share, confess, get it off our chest. If we have done something that I ain't gonna say wrong, but we want to just get off our chest, like Brian behind a Black Widow.
Yeah. Knowing I shouldn't have did it.
He was waiting to come here on Monday to confess. He was like, man, I gotta tell the congregation what's going on. Like me, I impulsively bought a bounce mushroom this past Saturday. I was actually peer pressured though. Yeah, I gotta reconsider my friends. Inappropriate reefer, Moki. I'm talking to you. I'm looking at the camera. Talking to you. Mighty Nano Tank, Bam, talking to you. DMV Reef, I'm talking to you. And Budget Aquatics, I'm talking to you. You guys gave me that little bit of nudge that I needed to buy that bounce mushroom. And I did it. And now I'm broke. I got to work overtime because of you guys. But I'm happy, though.
Hey, Vicky girl.
I'm happy. that was Steph.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So that was my confession. Death Mage, your confession of cleaning sand. I don't know if that was so much of a confession or not, but we're going.
This is what I did today. You asked what if we had any confessions or something we did, so it's like this is what I just did today.
Oh, I got something.
TMG, what's going on, buddy?
Well, I'm pretty good. Well, it ain't nothing bad, but so my confession is since Indonesia has been shut down,
What
Australia
has been shut down?
Indonesia.
Oh, Indonesia.
Yeah.
Like important calls from there?
Yeah. So since that's been shut down, all I could get is Australian. Australian is very expensive. So what I did is I got a really expensive piece and I made like 3 people in the LFS fragate. I stood around for like 3 hours and I convinced 3 guys to go in on it and I paid $20 for my frag, like 2 inches. And it was like $150 call. So I made a nice little come up. That's my confession. You got to finesse the system, baby. You got to finesse the system.
Finesse the system is
Finesse the system, man.
TMG.
I don't pay full price for nothing, baby.
That's a hustler move right there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Finesse, for some of you guys don't know what finesse means. That means hustle.
Finesse
negotiate.
Persuade.
Pretty much different words for it. Hey Tina, what's it? Tina Aquatics? The Tina Aquariums now?
Yeah. We changed it because YouTube's been giving problems for people with reef and reefer and stuff like that in their name.
You said people that have the name Reef or Reefer has problems?
Mm-hmm. Some people are getting shut down.
Have you had a problem?
Nope, but I'm not going to because I changed my name.
Mm.
Yeah.
I haven't had a problem.
I've heard of other people having issues though, so.
So like YouTube sending out like death threats or something. Say, well,
I don't think it's just
No,
because of. I don't think it's because of their YouTube name. It was probably because of a video and something within that video of anything, not the YouTube name.
Word.
okay. So you can't make money off if you got like reefer or reef or
yeah, I don't know. I have no idea.
something crazy.
But
Oh, the caps are up 1-0.
but I'm also back on 2-part. I got tired of mixing Calquasser as a supplement to supplement my 2-part. So I'm back on 100% 2-part. So now I'm gonna be testing like every day. Just
Dude,
to get it
for
right.
you guys that got the SPS, I envy you because I haven't got there yet. But I haven't been like dosing. I have Triton Solutions. I have 2-part. I got all these different methods. And I
No, wait, you don't dose
none
any
of them
tanks?
yet. Like I literally like got
Wait, you don't dose any tanks?
I don't know. I've been doing water changes. I don't dose the thing.
Jeez.
And
Dude,
all of my cores are doing great. Like
if I pulled the last time I pulled my tank offline, I pulled like a DKH, a 1.5 DKH in a day, and that was months ago.
and I'm gonna turn you gotta speak up a little bit. It might just be me, but I could
No. I was saying I envy you. I wish like water changes, dude. The last time I shut my doser off because my alk went too high, it took in a day I'll pull about 1.5 DKH.
okay.
Yeah. So
The last time I checked my alkalinity, it was like at 6 something.
yeah, I remember.
And that was on the
On the Hannah
Community Worldwide Pause channel.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh well, I mean I'm not trying to like neglect my tank, but I'm not gonna make no drastic like I'm used to eye test. Everybody know what the eye test mean, right? Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna see what my core is doing. I mean everything's looking good. Like it ain't growing out the water, but it's everything looking cool.
Yeah. I've been running low out too. I've been in the mid 7s for a minute. And I'm kind of tempted to push it up to 10.
So what's the golden rule? Like I know some people say have your alk at 8. Some people have success at 7.
Nah,
Some
I mean,
salts
It
make it
all depends on what you're doing.
yeah, it ain't nothing.
It ain't no golden rule, basically.
Yeah, I mean, like 8 for me. I mean, people say that whole 8-9 because if you have a tank like mine's that I'll pull close to 2 DKH in a day. Like you know what I mean. You kind of want that buffer zone. Like me, I'm running on the edge right now. Like, last time I tested, I was at 7 flat. Like you know what I mean.
Mm.
So like let's say like if my doser gets clogged, I'm screwed. I'm literally screwed. Like if I leave in the morning and I come home and the tank lights are off and I don't turn my tank lights on just to look at everybody to see who jumped, who didn't jump, and I wake up in the morning like I'm well below 6. Like I'm screwed, man. Like you know what I mean? So but I actually like how my tank has looked at lower alkalinity. I'm just like I'm honestly, dude, I'm bored with my tank right now. Like I'm literally just watching things grow.
That's blasphemous. Get out of here, TMG.
No. What I mean by I'm bored is like
Listen. CJ, and I'm glad CJ is here because he's been preaching this happy board or good board. There ain't no such thing as good board.
no. What I mean by bored is
What's
like,
up, CJ? All you vapors in the house.
what's going on, Steve?
Y'all lucky I allow smoking in my church. I'm like the cussing preacher up in here. I don't care. You can do whatever in
That
this
was a
church.
man-sized hit.
Dank.
I was so
That was a man-sized hit you just took, dog.
What's up with this what's up with this good boy you be preaching out here, Reverend CJ?
What's happening? The good board.
Yeah, what you talking about? You got TMG talking this mess, man. Ain't nobody bored with their
Wait,
tank.
what are you talking
He's
about?
sticking.
What's the
Is it
mess?
stuck in the? Is the good? I mean, the good board's the movement, man. You know, I'm always about the movements, man.
What is this
You
good
know,
board about, man? Because you got people talking about I'm bored with my tanks.
Man, it's that summertime thing that we all striving for when you can just be bored with your tank and have it still do well. You know, just set up your tank to where it can self-sustain with minimal effort. That's all. That's all it is, man. I ain't had
Also,
this to my
basically,
tank for the
not
last
tinkering
month.
too much with it.
Yeah, not doing too much, man. I ain't had my hands in the tank in 3 weeks. I ain't really looked at the tank in about a month and a half. My tank's about to be solo on its own for a week when I jump on this plane in the morning.
You sound like me right now, CJ.
Yeah, I mean that's life's outside, man. I just got finished leaving practice and stuff. I mean, yeah, I'm living.
Yeah, I mean, for me, that's the goal. That's the goal I work towards. But what I mean by bored is like I'm just like corals don't even entice me no more because I'm just like unless you got that fuego, unless you got that fire piece, I don't. Like I go on the forums, I go to LFSs, and like, oh yeah, we just got a shipment of this. Get that out of my face, B. The joint is regular. Like
That's
you know what I
right.
mean? Like I don't want to see that.
I hope I never get to this stage of the game where I get content or
No,
bored with
it's
the
not that I'm
I want to
content.
stay.
I don't.
Now I let you
Listen,
talk. I let you
listen. I
talk.
got.
Now it's my turn. I'm the pass up in here. I want to always. I want to be excited about the same events, the same corals, year in year out, summertime, wintertime. Because I know wintertime everybody want to be snuggled up with their tank, but summertime is when you need to be really paying attention to your tank because it get all hot and all this other craziness. You know, don't neglect our tank and live. See, y'all just show off because it gets nice outside. Y'all want to put your shorts on, show your muscles. You know, wife beaters with CJ, and you just want to act crazy. Nah, man, show the same love to your tank that you show in the wintertime.
No,
They kept you warm in that winter.
it's still it's still showing love, but I got space for 3 more frags. 3 more. I mean, like I'm saying, for me right now, it's just a hunt for the right one. It's like I'm looking for 3 wives. I'm looking for 3 wives right now, and they all got to be the right one.
Hey, that's
Bigger
part of it
tank
too,
then.
TMG.
You know what I mean?
That's part of it too. Is getting your tank
Yeah.
to the point to where you almost full. Because if you wasn't full, it's hard to get to that good board too, man. Because you're still trying to fill stuff up. You still
I don't know,
still
man.
at that stage.
I stay at that good board. About that stress-free reef.
This is amazing, man.
You ain't
Yeah,
never
but you
home
know,
though.
That's true.
Where
That's
you
true.
never home?
That's
You
true.
ain't never home.
Let me see.
I'm kind of with you on the LFS thing. You know, I go into LFSs now, and I don't really see anything that makes me jump out and say I want to buy that. A lot of times it's other reefers that they may have something that I'd be like, hey, I need to get that from you. But for the most part, LFSs almost bore me now.
I feel you on that, but we got to respond. We got to hold on. We got to keep the LFS in our heart, man. Like I love
I do.
I love what Core Fish 12G is doing with the the tour he doing with all the LFSs. The LFS is just like it's like going to the gas station, or it should be routine. Like you should just be going. You should just go in the LFS just to talk to people and just like, hey, I'm DC Reefer,
I don't know about that.
I ain't got a name like DC Reefer though, so I'm a small fry still.
Wait.
You can pass for DC Reefer. Just black. That's all.
just dying black. Yeah, right.
Am I the only one that heard that person overtake CJ all angry and whatnot?
What happened?
What?
I said, am I the only one that heard that person overtake CJ with anger?
Oh,
y'all hear that truck
overtake
blow by CJ?
Oh yeah. I heard that.
What happened?
You holding
I
up
missed
traffic, man.
CJ going 25
yeah.
and a 60.
Oh yeah, that must. Man, that must go on somewhere, man. In the neighborhoods, man. I cruise control 20 miles an hour.
Crazy.
That's what's up.
But I'm telling you, DC, like once you, I mean, I'm pretty sure you're kind of there when it comes to Zoas and stuff. Like you probably go
I'm not
Zoa
there.
shopping.
It's so many Zoas. Like I'm a guy that I want to collect them all. It's like Pokemon, man.
Yeah.
And if I can't collect them all, I need to get a bigger tank to collect more. Like this is a high that you chase. This is like blue magic, baby.
Yeah.
Blue magic.
Blue
Well, be
magic.
careful and don't get
You
so
sound like my younger
comfortable that
brother.
Come back, DJ.
So be careful. Don't get so comfortable that your CO2 tank runs out like mine did, though. I'm about to hop on the plane. My CO2 ran out yesterday, the day before. I just now got a new tank, and I'm praying that I got it tuned in the right way.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
so my tank don't crash.
Changes right before you leave, man. That's dangerous.
You know what? That's funny because we hear the same story. Like everybody said, don't make major changes before you leave, but it's like the same thing happen every year. Like it's gonna be something. So
Yeah,
I'm
it
pulling for
happens.
you, CJ. I hope your tank don't crash while you in Mexico, while you out there.
Yeah, it should be all right though.
It'll be
But
good,
yeah,
man.
I'm about to hop
Positive
off,
thought.
man. I'm about to go pick up my grandma and stuff. So I'll catch you guys later.
All right, man. Take
Take
care.
care, man. You have a happy vacation, man.
Bye bye.
You be easy.
Hey, DC, I'm gonna hop off also. I
All
hopped
right,
out just to help you get this started, man. I got
I appreciate you,
some
man.
stuff to do.
Tell Steph I said what's up.
I'll tell her. All
All
right,
right.
I'll see you guys later. We gotta start that hangout so we can figure this stuff.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
All right. Later, everyone.
All right. Yeah, y'all talking about some happy. What's the term? Happy bored or
Happy boy.
how you gonna
Happy
be?
boy.
How you gonna be?
Man,
Bored?
you
How
know
you
how
gonna
much
be happy?
I'm cleaning my glass right now. This is fun.
Listen, when I'm bored, I ain't happy. Ain't nothing happy about being bored. I need to do something. See, y'all from like
I don't know. I ain't never bored looking at my tank. So
me neither, Death Man. They talking crazy.
I get
All I
bored.
gotta
I
do is
set up
see
a new
that
one.
grouper, and I'm happy.
No, it's not that I'm bored looking at it. It's just like
You bored with
remember
the
the
hobby
time
right
where
now? Like you got to stand still, right?
you couldn't keep your hands out the damn tank. You moving this, you moving that. Ain't nothing encrusted. Ain't nothing growing on nothing. So you moving it, kind of like.
Okay, so with you, TMG, I think it's a little different because I have like a softy other LPS tank, so I like feed my corals. You know, it's certain things within the tank I just do. You know, it's not like you have SPS, so you're not feeding them individually.
Nah, dude, I got A cans too. I got mad A cans, bro.
So feed your A cans, man.
Nah, they good, B. They good. They good. They all right.
Man, give them some Roys, man. Give them some
Nah,
Reef.
dude, I would never touch Reef-a-Palooza, bro. Never, ever.
Reef Roys is legit, man. It smells like it's the real deal. Like if I was a coral, I'd be like, man, I want some Reef Roys tonight.
Nah, the only reason why I don't mess with,
You ever smell Reef Roys, Death Mage?
yeah, I use it in my tank.
That joint smell like straight fresh seafood. Like it came right out the ocean. Like
nah, the only reason I don't mess with Reef-a-Palooza is my nutrients are so like spot on that I don't like Reef-a-Palooza is too potent. Like that, and that this is just my opinion. Reef-a-Palooza
Just
is
don't
too
put a
potent.
lot there.
Yeah, but it just gives these little phosphate spikes I don't like. Like I've tried it. Like you know what I mean? It's just like
Maybe you supposed to put too much.
probably. You know what I mean? But it ain't for me. My A cans. I fed my A cans to the point where they're nice little colonies right now, and they just cruising right now. But trust me, feeding anybody listening, feeding makes night and day difference with A cans. Night and day. Them suckers will grow like nobody's business.
I believe you, man. I really I just started like feeding corals and stuff. For me, I say the lighting make it like if you add T5s, like the best results as far as like corals being fluffy and you know like just looks crazy was under T5. I just hate the look of T5s. Like
yeah,
it looks terrible. Like you can see every particle floating around your tank. It's just
really.
Yeah, T5 it's just one big light. It's like
I've never ran T5. So
man, I had a 6 when I started this tank. I had a 6-bulb T5 with the Reef Bright. You know, because I was told that's like, man, you ain't gonna never go wrong with that, right? So I had it on there, man, and I just like if I was home, I couldn't stand looking at it. Like, especially if you ran like if you ran the lighter type bulbs like the Coral Plus or the Purple Plus. Oh, it was just to me, you know, some people like that look. I personally don't.
It's flat.
It looks terrible to me. It just looks like a freshwater tank almost.
That's why I liked my Kessels. It looked like I'm at the pool or the ocean or something.
Right.
That's the big thing is it doesn't have that shimmer.
Right. I had a Reef Bright and it gave me some shimmer, but it wasn't competing with those them T5s. Like it took the shimmer right out of it.
Yeah, see, my tank don't shimmer though.
What kind of light you got, TMG?
Reef breeders, my
Yeah, the
tank
reef
don't shimmer.
breeders.
Yeah, Deathmate, J shimmer for you?
Yep.
I
I
mean,
have it
maybe
in the
my
75. I have that reef breeder over my 75 for about a year now, and there's a shimmer there. Not as strong as Kessel, but there
oh
is there's a shimmer there. If you put that tank up against a tank that has T5s on it, you will definitely be able to see it because it's a difference.
okay. Yeah, honestly, I don't think I've ever seen T5s in person. That's
Oh,
a shame. Yeah,
It's
that's
just
a
it's
shame.
just flat. It's
Yeah.
a flat
I'll
look.
have to show you one day, TMG, because you can see it on my two. My Nano has the AI Prime, and then my 75 is T5. And
Uh-huh.
even on camera, they're blue, but you can see the difference.
Hmm.
On the 75, even with all the surface agitation, it's just blue. And then on the other one, you can see the shimmer and the streaks of light and the little lines moving around.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, I thought that was like normal.
No.
No, that's
Oh,
what LEDs. T5s don't give you that.
I'm thinking you guys talking about like diamonds falling through the water type shimmer, and
No,
I'm
no,
like,
no,
yo,
no,
that's
no, no,
drawing
no.
my LEDs. Like, you see, like because I've never experienced T5s. I thought this is normal. Like, this is how like just lights look like. Because I've seen Kessels, and them joints are stupid. Like,
yeah.
them
Especially,
Kessels like diamonds falling through the water. Like
especially
Radions.
if you got like your flow pointing like up towards the water surface, like all that ripple. Man,
Yeah,
your tank is like a disco ball. Mess
yeah.
with them castles.
And see, like my tank used to have that disco ball effect, and because all right, so like right now, I run blues for about 14 hours a day, like nonstop. It's like nothing but, and I run whites at 7%. So like, there's really no other LEDs that turn on for there to be like a shimmer. So my tank is just pretty much blue like all day.
And I feel like Billy Pipe's about to come in here and just bash me because I'm talking about T5. I will say this: I do plan on getting like some T5s, like the aquatic life, the hybrid.
The hybrid.
I
Yeah,
do plan on getting that, but I won't ever be home to see them because I'm gonna have them things running while I'm at work. Like it's only for the coral. It's definitely not for me because like I said, I can't stand the look like, especially if it's by itself, it's just T5s.
yeah.
No, sir, I can't do it.
No, I feel you.
Yeah, so but that's
Freaking
what's going on, Alex G Aquariums. Everybody that joined that I missed. Method. I think I saw you. Um, do I got the white face going on? I got this light on. I thought that's what proper live stream is supposed to do. Had the right lighting.
Nah, I put my light behind my monitor, so it's not blasting in my face.
It's blinding me, but I'm just toughing it out for y'all. I'm acting like it's cool. It's really not.
Put it behind.
I can't like I got this ghetto setup right here. I don't even want to show y'all
Can you put it
behind
in
the
the? Can you put it behind you, like on the couch or
it's
something?
like clipped on my TV monitor. I'm just doing it for y'all, man, because I want to get this thing right. Like I got a green screen coming, and I've been looking at some YouTube videos with the. I'm coming for you. Where you at, Dev? Reef dudes, Reef dudes. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for your live stream title.
Hey, the good green screen to get, which is one I plan on getting, is by Elgato.
The what now?
The best green screen to get right now is the one made by Elgato.
Gato.
I have no idea what that is. I want to.
That it's cat. It's cat in Spanish.
They have one that could just slide right on your chair. It's pretty cool and it's like huge. But I want to get the one that like collapsed. Like
Yeah, that's the Elgato. It's like but they have it on like a spring roll or whatever. So you lift it up, and it already has the stuff connected to it, so it stays up. And then all you do is push it down, and it rolls back into the little case, and you just slide it on your bed or wherever you need to put it.
that's exactly the one I was looking at. Actually,
Yeah, that one's $130s.
yeah, it's about that price. Yeah.
Right. So I got a quick question, right?
Go ahead, TMG.
All right. I got to run down a list of everybody in here. So what's with Reef-a-Palooza coming up? I know some of you guys aren't going, but what's that must-have coral? What's that like? What for you is a must-have coral? For me, believe it or not, it's a bird's nest. I think it's called Ponape Ponape bird's nest. I haven't seen one in so long, and I don't know. It's like one of the few bird's nests I really, really like.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Colorado sunburst.
Oh, the anemone.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Oh,
there's
Brian.
somebody local to me that sells them.
Oh, really? What city you in?
And what's it called? I think the person's in Brooklyn. They're close to
Them
either
niggas like
Brooklyn or Queens.
$600, right?
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
thing is, he does it the wrong way. Like he's one of those guys that they buy them and just start dicing them. As soon as they heal and they get settled down, he dice them. Heal, dice them. Like he cuts them. You know what I mean? That's like they don't I don't think his reproduce like the amount he puts out, man. I'm just like, yo, there's no way his is just reproducing like that. So I think he like cuts them.
Yeah, I've seen people do that.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't like mine cut. I'd prefer mine to be natural splits. But
yeah.
You should ask them because they do have people that just have those anemones that just won't stop splitting in their tank.
Yeah. Hold on, let me see if I could pull it up real quick.
Yo, sunburst, man. I hope your wife ain't watching this stream.
Nah, she ain't watching. She upstairs, man.
What's it called? Brian, where you at?
I'm in St. Louis,
Missouri. So that's far.
Hey, Brian, after you get that sunburst, we're gonna get a 2-bedroom apartment.
If I was to bring a sunburst, my wife would probably kick me out, man. Like, what? How much for this?
Apartment?
DC gonna sleep in the sump.
I'm telling you, man, them things that's probably the most expensive anemone out there. Like,
nah, there's
the lemon drop.
The lemon drops are nice.
Yes,
their lemon drops are nice.
Bright yellow. Oh, it's crazy.
Saw one at the frag swap this past Saturday.
Yo.
Sunburst, but I don't think it was sunburst because the guy was selling it for $75, but he didn't know what he had. Like, it was like bright fried orange with like red tips. I was about to say something inappropriate just now, but it looked like it had that pink tip on it. So I don't know what that was, but it was nice. But I don't think it was a sunburst, but yeah.
All right, Biz, somebody's selling 100 picked up. It's about Massapequa. That's about hour 45 from me.
You said 100 picked up?
100 picked up.
Oh my
goodness. 2 of them.
I don't know, Brian, man.
You got 2 of them.
Yeah.
Man, hold on. I'm gonna send you the link in the Hangouts.
$100. That's a goodness. For that type of.
There's a lot of people that sell stuff crackhead price up here, bro. Like, trust me, because a lot of people really don't care about the money.
I feel you on that. I'm like that. I believe in that. I believe in that. Hitting people pockets, especially if you're a hobbyist. Like, if you're a business, yeah, whatever. I understand, but because I have the choice. But if you're just a hobbyist, man, we should be giving each other deals like all day, every day.
Yeah. Brian, I just sent you the link. Let me know if that's like the real deal.
Alex G says sunbursts around here are going for like 12, and I'm pretty sure he means $1,200, not $12.
Oh man,
it's for the 15. Yeah, that's what I see him like. If I go on,
up here they're like 2, 3 up here.
Yeah, I go that. I just put 250 on a bounce, but it's a mushroom, so I felt confident. Like, yeah, I'm that thing gonna grow. I'm gonna get my money back. If it was SPS, my confidence level ain't there yet. Like, I wouldn't have no homework in my tank. Who knew?
Yeah. See, there's another one right here for sale. It's like 3-4 inches. The guy says 250 pickup.
See, yeah, that $100 for this NIM. That I'm looking at the picture now. That's crazy. It could be because it has the white lines in the mouth.
Yeah.
I have to see the foot.
Oh, okay. What's the foot look like?
I think on a sunburst the foot is like darker.
Oh, okay.
So let me ask you guys: does name matter or does the look matter?
I would also have to have lineage. If I was,
I just like the way this stuff looks. I don't care about the name.
Yeah. If I was gonna pay for a sunburst price, I would need to know lineage. Otherwise, I'm not gonna pay that. I'd pay 100 for it. But if I'm gonna pay the amount of money that a lot of people with true lineage sunburst want, I'd have to have that. And I honestly, I probably wouldn't do it because that's a lot of money.
It's a lot.
Yep.
Unless I found somebody selling one, if it looks just like it and they ain't got the lineage, then you got to charge me that type of price. But if you got lineage,
Brian, I'm gonna tell you, I'm an enabler. I'm gonna tell you the back, but just imagine, just for 1 second, imagine your bubbling in your sunburst taking a good old stroll into your MP40.
That's why.
Imagine how you will feel.
Then you're gonna end up with a few sunbursts, man.
Yeah, but that won't happen because
yeah, you're gonna end up with a few sunbursts. That thing will be chopped up.
Yeah, that'll be chopped up. So I have an MP10 on my bubble tip tank, and I always keep a foam guard on it. Never runs without a foam guard.
Yeah.
So I learned that the hard way on my very first tank with an enemy. Woke up and my whole tank was cloudy, and an enemy was stuck in the little pump.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
So I never put the foam thing on it. So that protects it from the front also, or is just too much flow coming out for
it's too much flow coming out the front.
The surroundings where they're sucking in.
I got you.
So yeah, I keep foam guards on this one. I only have one in there. What I want to do is get one of those random flow generators and just put more flow through my return on here. So I was thinking about doing that. That way I don't have any power heads in that tank.
Okay, nice. I was looking at I can't remember what video I was looking at, but they had like the power head built into the tank. Like it was like on the back wall, and it was like flush with. It was dope. It was like flush with it, so it's no power head sticking inside the tank, but only like that opening. I forgot where I saw that, but I want to say it was like overseas or something like that. But yeah, I would literally die if I had a sunburst or a Black Widow. Just take a stroll in my MP40.
Yeah, that would make me cry.
Like
I mean, even my rainbow. I got a nice rainbow in here too. If my rainbow went in, I'd cry. I'd be crying for days. I just record a video of me crying and put it up.
Yeah,
if I ever do that, you know what happened. If I'm just sitting there,
make sure you put the tears under the microscope too, so we can see the exact detail of them tears.
Yeah, you see them salty tears,
right?
Yeah.
How much? Method asked in the chat, how much is a Black Widow going for?
I would love a Black Widow.
I've seen them anywhere between.
Wait, what's a Black Widow?
It's an anemone.
It's an anemone. It has the white lines in the mouth. Typically, the foot is a darker color as well. I've seen them anywhere from $150 to about $500, $600.
Is it the middle part of it like a dark, like a
it's
blood red?
Yes,
like really dark.
It makes my roses look pink.
Wow,
that thing is beautiful.
Wow, I like. So, when I get an enemy, I like to have like the contrast with the clown. So, to me, my ideal anemone with clown would be like a Black Widow, an anemone with like Wyoming whites or what you call frostbites, so you can really see that contrast. Do y'all think the same way, or just like the anemone itself?
I have a lot of different. I got 2 rows. I have a rainbow. I have a green with red tips, and I got a green with like kind of a pinkish tip, and then another green with kind of it's weird how the tips are on this. It's more of a bubble than actual tentacles. But I have black and white clowns in mine, so I have green, I have reds, I have the rainbow, and like I said, one of them have more like maybe a yellowish tip. But I have all these different colors. And the black and white clowns look nice on the background of them. Fortunately, my clowns don't go in any of those anemones. So maybe one day they will. I was thinking about maybe another type of fish or two to put in this tank. The only thing I'm afraid, it's a tank full of anemones. So if it's not a clownfish, that can be a problem.
Yeah.
Welcome to Salt Shack. I saw you come in here, man. I didn't forgot that you came in here, but welcome to the Hangouts. We're just talking. We just emptying our wallets. Talking about we spending our money before we get it. So yeah, I would love an anemone tank like
for real.
Carpet nyms, rock flower, rose bubble. The whole anemone thing.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. I think that's the next wave actually.
Nah,
Yeah,
I think seahorses are the new wave.
yeah, I would love a seahorse tank.
Yeah.
Oh man, seahorse is boring, man.
But see,
I
I
love
do like a small,
seahorses.
like BioCube, like 30-gallon
They're so
seahorse
cute.
tank. Yeah,
They
I
cute.
ain't
But they
talking
don't
about
do
cheap generic seahorse. I'm talking a nice, expensive, nice looking seahorse. It
See, there we
would be
go.
like a centerpiece showpiece thing.
I like the way they swim and then they hang on to stuff with their tails.
Why they blown away, right? They're like, help.
seahorses don't do nothing.
I just love the way they look.
Yeah.
They look cool when they're eating.
I think seahorses are for people like me who just think they're just really cute, and then
Yeah.
So would you
I'm with you. I'm with you on that, Deathmatch.
It would be no other fish in there, just seahorse.
Well, my 16-gallon, when I get those fish out of there, that's what I was trying to do with the 16 gallons, try to do seahorses. But I was also going to try to do some saltwater guppies because they can't handle a lot of flow either. So it'll probably be them, and I'm going to try saltwater guppies in there.
I would do seahorses and exotic pipefish.
Yes.
Colorful pipefish. That would be nice. Maybe some kind of macroalgae that's kind of longish and kind of, I don't want to say feathery, but like real leafy. Because I'd want the macroalgae to be live too. I've seen it with like chains and stuff, and that looks cool. But I would want it, to be an ecoscape. Same thing like we do with our tanks. So I want live algae in there.
You know what's cool to me? I like when macroalgae is like spinning, like in a circle, like tumbling. Like when you see the macroalgae. I love that look, like the flame macroalgae. I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah.
Dragon's breath. I love that one.
Yeah, that's
my Tang ate all of my dragon's breath when I first had it.
Crazy.
That was like steak for him.
Oh, I didn't know that Tangs ate when I first got the Tangs, and I had the emerald crabs in there, and I had my macroalgae, my main display, my 55-gallon. I didn't know they eat algae, and they just ate all my red grape algae, ate all my dragon's breath.
That was like Mexican food for them, like spicy Mexican food.
They just wouldn't leave it alone. I was like, well,
I bet they put all kinds of loads up in that tank.
That was lesson learned.
What's going on, peeps?
In the house. What's up, Mad Dog?
What's going on,
Mad
man?
Dog.
I got Matt. See, I love Mad Dog because you know what?
That's why I jumped it in.
He don't give an F, yo. He run his tank out. He run his tank. Canister filter. No
it's my tank.
It's my tank.
And Gobi's eating clownfish. So, what's going on? What's going on with the tank, man? I ain't seen nothing from you lately, man. What's going on, man?
Yeah, you know what? I ain't really made no videos, but I've been putting up I just leave the camera running on the tank and then I just throw the video up.
Okay. So you still living by the same method? Canister filter, no water change?
Yeah, man. Same old same. And hey, the tank's loving me for it, man.
Yeah.
Acro's still growing. Shit.
It's so funny.
Yeah, he got an SPS in there.
Still growing.
It's still growing.
Still growing. It's overgrown. I can't even get that punk off the rock. He's decided to latch onto the rock.
You know what? This hobby is so great because we got the business over here who is a straight up Apex junkie, tech, everything. And then you got Mad Dog.
The spectrum is so wide between those two.
Hey, but you know what? But hey, check this out though. You know the nano tank that I set up, the Nevo 16.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't done a water change on that, and it's still booming. So I don't understand the whole water change thing. Maybe down the line I'll probably pay for it, but right now I don't understand it, man.
I don't think so. I don't think you can pay for it because I think after a while it grows its own, ecosystem within that. And I think it's just gonna be straight. Like unless you keep making, you don't seem like a type that just throw a bunch of corals in there, throw a bunch of fish.
Nah.
Kind of stick with what you got. Like people like me and business, we keep adding. You know what I'm saying? Keep changing. So it's never gonna be that calm. It's always gonna be up and down. So.
Yeah, I got problems.
I've always said I'll only have 6 fish in my in the tank, a 6-foot tank. But I've always said I'll only have 6 fish. You know what I mean? I don't think I need no more than 6 fish, to be honest.
Oh, you following that one fish per 10-gallon rule, huh?
We're working, man. Sticks with that work.
Yeah, I don't know who Mad Dog is. The dude is great, man. To me, still to this day, he has the best video. Even though it's tragic, man. It's the best video on YouTube, man. I never, ever seen a goby take a clownfish, and I mean with one go, like it was a lionfish, like literally. This goby ate the clownfish. I don't know. How did you capture that though? Like you just sitting there videotaping, and you was like, "Oh snap!"
Nah, you know what? I knew it was after the clowns because whenever I feed the tank, he used to do some sneaky stuff. You know what? I'm gonna do an update on him actually because Mage knows what he's been doing. I've been feeling Maging, right? He's been, when I feed the tank and the Nasarius snails comes out, he sucks them out the shell and eat them. Yeah.
That means you're starving him, man.
No. Hey, check this out.
He
when I'm feeding the tank,
that thing is just mean.
When I'm feeding the tank, I've got a hook, right? One of them plastic hooks thing. I mean, things, right? I get a big piece of food, I hook it, and I put it right by his mouth, and he swallows that.
Yeah.
I always make sure he's fat, man. He's massive. You know what I mean? I just don't. But put it this way, he even takes. If I put a coral in the tank, like
he takes
all my new corals that I get because I don't glue them, they're all dead. They're all piled up underneath his cave. Once a new coral goes in, he goes out, grabs it, and brings it in his hole. I'll never see it again.
That's funny, but y'all love that fish. Like that's your favorite.
Yeah, I love that fish, man.
Hey, you gotta love him. You ain't gonna get him out anyway.
Yeah, you do for love.
Yeah, man.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's killed a cleaner ass. He's killed a algae blenny. He's killed
algae blenny.
Yeah. Wow. Algae blenny. The little thing that's sit on the rock, right? Is it algae?
The grandpas.
Yeah, it looks like an old man. Yeah, he ate one of those. He ate cleaner ass. He ate the clown. He's ate a bunch of snails. He tries eating the crab, but every time he grabs the crab bites him or something because he flicks it back off. Keeps going for the crab as well.
Man, sounds like you got a problem.
Yeah.
Now he just gets bigger fish that he can't mess with.
Yeah, I've got all the fish that I got now is big, so it does grab him. You know what I mean? Like one of the video that I put up, I don't know if you seen that one, Mage. Yeah, you seen it when I fed the tank. He came out and he grabbed the big clown. But he's too big for him to eat it. So
he's just that fish is just. It's not that he's hungry. He's mean.
He's a savage.
Yeah. In order for Mad Dog to get that fish out, it's gonna be a battle if he tried to get him out.
Yeah.
You're talking about a 125-gallon tank, and that goby is small.
Yeah. Like the clown when going back to the clown, I knew he was gonna eventually grab the clown because I noticed he's like the hunter of the tank. When I feed the tank and he eats, it does a thing where the food can drop right by his face and he doesn't pay it no mind. He's watching the fishes. He just watches them. As soon as they come out, he shuts after him, and then he'll go back to the feed if he doesn't get the fish.
I couldn't believe it because I had that same goby, and he never attacked anybody. He just sat in his cave and didn't eat nothing but whatever I fed him.
That goes back though, because I really thought that most, if not all, gobies was like reef safe or not in a predator, family. Like, I know that all fish are like eventually could be predators. You know what I'm saying? They go after, like an injured fish or something like that. But I never knew a goby to be an active hunter. Like that was just, like I said. And when I saw that video, I watched it like 20 times, and I'm like, I couldn't believe what I just saw. I'm like, man, Mad Dog must did some special effects.
Hey, I've Googled. Hey, up to this day now, right? It's only Mages convinced me that it's a blue spot goby because whenever I mention it, even to fish stores, they're like, no, blue spot gobies don't do that. Until I show them the video, they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
If I never had that footage, no one would believe it.
That's what happened to me with when I first got my first story blender. I call him the Godfather because I put him in the tank. He killed 2 fish, And he used to, cause his home was a barnacles right in the middle of the tank, and I had a diamond goby, and every time a diamond goby came by his barnacles, he'll shoot out the barnacles, chase the diamond goby around the tank, and nobody believed me till I got a video and posted it on Facebook.
Mm.
They was like, not a story blend. I was like, okay, watch.
I never heard of a story blending doing that either.
That's why my mentality with fish is they all have their different personality. I know you have like
Yeah, I was
categories
just
of
gonna say that.
you have
It's
categories
true.
where you have the more aggressive and this and that. I'm like, to me, yeah, they have a category for them, but it's all up to personality as well, because I had many different fish in my tank that people would never have in their tanks, and they all got along.
So
So
you saying some fish are Gemini, some are Virgos,
hey,
Yeah,
yep,
that's true.
yep,
Sagittarius.
yep. Because I had the trigger fish. They never touched the invert. Never. My Melanaris wrasse never touched the invert.
Mm.
So I just think it depends on the personality of the fish.
Yeah, I do agree with that, because I had a Melanaris that will kill any invert I put in there. I was almost happy he went blind and died.
Yeah, you see, that's the funny thing. My Melanaris doesn't go after inverts, and he's huge.
Yep, it just depends on the fish, man.
If I had a fish that killed inverts, I wouldn't want that fish, because inverts are very important, man.
I agree. I was happy when he went blind.
I couldn't have that, man. That's why I did. That's why I hated that. I had a peppermint hawfish. I hated that guy. I loved the color, the swim pattern, all that, but I couldn't put no cleaner shrimps in there. I couldn't put, any type of pistol shrimp. Like, he was just crushing them, and I'm like, nah, man, I can't do this.
That's another fish I got. I got a flaco hawfish.
Say it again.
Where do your cleaner shrimps hang out, dude? Mine hangs out in the overflow. He don't swim around.
I'm gonna do this now.
No, I mean, cleaner shrimp. I like my cleaner shrimps out and about. I don't want them hiding for their life.
Mine be hiding.
I have a flaco hawkfish that I've had for a long time, and he never touched the invert. Actually, I got videos of my shrimp cleaning his mouth like a dentist.
Yeah, my shrimps don't go nowhere near fishes. Like, they know better.
Yeah.
What they in there for then? Ain't they supposed to help keep the fish clean?
I feed my cleaner shrimp.
Nah, they there for me.
Oh, they just there for you. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's another good point right there, TMG. Do we buy our fish for the tank or for us?
I buy my fish for me.
For the tank and secondary for me. Like, you're not gonna catch me with no ugly functional fish. Like, you're not gonna catch me with no ugly tangs and no ugly wrasses. Nah. Like,
I always heard the notion of buying a fish to do a job. Always heard that a lot.
Yeah, but everybody that got a job. Some people, some of them cute, some of them not. Like, me, a Melanaris wrasse is gorgeous, bro.
All my fish in my tank's job is to be cute and entertain me.
And then you have like the red chorus wrasse. That thing is gorgeous. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, so, like, I'm actually probably gonna pick up a free one. My friend got one because he had like nudie broncs, and he doesn't want it in his tank because he's scared it's gonna kill the shrimp. I'm just like, yo, give me that. I'll rebuy some shrimp.
Let me pose that question to the people in the chat. I don't want to forget about you guys. Do you guys buy fish for your entertainment or for the tank need? If you do, just leave it in the chat, and I'll read it out, because I'm interested in people's mindsets about stocking their livestock. Because I know some people, some of the best tanks I see are like minimal fish, minimal a lot of corals. I love it, but I want to know what people thought process behind buying livestock. Do you just go for, like Defmate said, what's cute, or do you go for like a job, or what can exist together?
But the only thing cute should be the two clownfishers everybody buys.
Easy Reef and said, one rule for my fish: you eat more than you're worth. You're out the tank. My phosphate started nipping on SPS. Looks like I need to rehome him. That's not good. So yeah, and that's another thing. Are y'all coral first or fish first? I know Def made an answer. I don't need to hear that. But people in the
Wait, what do you mean coral first or
are
fish?
you what's priority to you? Corals or the fish?
See, that's interesting because I just won't buy nothing that's gonna mess with corals.
Then your coral first.
Your coral first.
Nah, but the thing is, I wouldn't kick a fish out if it did like start eating a coral. Like,
No, I feel if a fish started eating some corals in TMG tank, especially if it's an expensive one, he kicking them out. He
nah,
lying.
they go.
It's
Yeah,
church.
you're
You
right.
gotta tell the
You're
truth in church.
right. You're right.
I'm lying in my church team.
No, but I'll just throw them in the sump though. I'll just throw them in the sump because that's what I did. I had two damsels. The mage, the tablet damsels. They had to go in the sump. They was beating up tangs. Like,
yeah, they will.
You know what I mean? So I had to put them in the sump, and I look at my sump. I ain't got no pod. I'm like, what the hell?
K-Town Reefer said he's about the fish. Method said it's all about the course. So that's two different guys.
Yeah, I got a reef tank, not a fish tank.
And I'm with you on that. I got a reef tank. So for me, it's corals first. The fish is like they're like the entertainment.
Yeah,
I like both equal. I do.
Equal,
I like both.
down the middle.
Yeah. I could have an empty tank with just corals, and I could have a tank with just fish.
That's not the first time I heard. I think Michael Aaron said that he could have a tank full of corals, no fish, and he'd be just as happy.
That to me is just so boring.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do that personally.
Nah, I'll still have loads of the inverts and
No, he was saying that somebody said they could have a tank with just corals in it, no fish, no just corals.
Yeah, I could do that. I could have a tank with just corals.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I couldn't do that
because I learned that when when I first set the tank up and I lost all them fish to eat. I actually quite enjoyed the tank, to be honest. And I mean, I didn't think I would, but I actually enjoyed it.
So that's another question. Like, when you got into the hobby, what attracted you the most? For me,
clownfish.
It was a clownfish.
Yeah, clownfish.
I couldn't stand them.
It was definitely the clownfish. Cause you know what about the clownfish? I never seen a fish swim like that. Like, he had paddles. Like,
Yeah.
Like regular spin. And I was like, what is that? Like, I was so intrigued.
Wait, how do they swim?
What is that? Like, he
said they got paddles.
Yeah, he had little paddles. Like, he don't have fins per se. Like, he has everything it's like a little body, like it's little fingers and stuff. Like, a clownfish is so, and it's mean as crap. Don't get me wrong. Like, a clownfish is mean, but that really just drew me to the, like, when I used to go on my lunch break at this local fish stop, and I wasn't in the hobby at all, but I would go and look at the clownfish like for my whole lunch break and just be like, what is that? Like, I need that. Like, I was mesmerized, man.
I love the clowns. And then when I got into the hobby, my passion for clowns changed. Well, I still like the clowns, but then my favorite fish became triggers, and that's just, if I could have like a real long tank with just a bunch of different trigger fish, I just love the way those fish swim. They look like bats. Triggers. It look like bats in the water.
Yeah, I can't stand triggers.
I see the Niger trigger. That looks like, man.
Oh man.
Wait, it's just flapping like it's two different. It looks like a what is it, like an underwater, not like a submarine, but something. It just looks so crazy to me. Like, I'm like, man, what is that?
Their personality is on point. Those fish, those triggerfish, have so much personality. It's amazing.
Yeah, they got some teeth on them too. So I'm like, oh.
Yeah, mine bit me once.
Yeah, they got some sharp teeth on them too.
Yeah, because they no longer was scared of my hand anymore. Because I used to hand feed them. So every time I put my hand in the tank, they think I have food.
G Curl said the humor trigger got me started. I used to have that fish too. It's like all white, and you could actually it looked like a I don't know if you guys had like a pit bull, but like a pit bull is like an all muscle type dog. That remind me of that humor trigger. Like, you could see the muscles in it. Like that thing was like a little little Tukey Williams, like a little little that look. I like that. I like that. I wish it was reef safe, but yeah, I like that fish. What's going on, Reefing with L? You're late for church, but yeah, welcome to join. I'll put the link in the description below. Yeah, so we just all over the place. We're talking about just about anything right now. But right now we're talking about what fish got you in the hobby. And
yeah, well, whenever I see a fish tank, the first thing I look for is the clowns with the anemone. I think that makes the reef tank.
Yeah, I feel you have to have
you have to have the anemone and the clowns.
I had six, 3 pairs in my 125 of 3 different types, and I loved them. I love the different type of breeding they do with those, and I would love to get those panda looking clowns. They're expensive.
Black Storm?
Yeah, I call them panda. They should have called them fish pandas.
I wanna I used to like the Clarky clowns a lot because they were those guys would pick up like I was seeing pick up like shells of like hermit crabs or snails if they got too close to the anemone and move them to the other side of the tank. Like I thought that was gangster. I was like, oh yeah, they not playing about. And then I like when the clowns feed the anemone. Like anybody ever experienced that? The clown actually feed it and like spit food in it.
Yeah, I have videos of mine force feeding an anemone that didn't want to be fed.
The anemone spit the food out?
It spit it out and it kept shoving it in there and it didn't want it. It detached from the rock and when it hid in the barnacles and then the clown would sleep on the sandbed next to the barnacle until it came out. It eventually killed the anemone.
Dang.
She was too big for it and it wasn't working.
Yeah, them like the maroon clowns, them jokers get big. Like they would do some damage. Vicky said, "I want a Midas Bentley, but Jack would eat it." So
Jack the Ripper.
So the Goby is named Jack.
Yeah, Jack the Ripper, man, serial killer in the tank. Anything moves dead around his side.
Man.
Hey, you know, Vicky though, the Midas Bentley might work because the Midas Bentley they live up high. They like to perch on high rock and stuff. So if you put like maybe a barnacle on the top of the rock, they'll sleep in there. So the Jack would have to actually swim up in the water column to get them.
Oh, he would. He would. You fit in his mouth. He's going after it.
That's a 125, and you saying he go after anything in that big tank?
Yeah, he hunts the whole tank when he's feeding time. I've learned a new trick, right? And I do this just for him, right? I always feed him first, but even though I feed him first, what I do is I get chunks of food, throw it on the left-hand side, and then quickly throw food on the right-hand side, so all the fish run to one side and try and distract him. Because if the food's in one place, he doesn't go for the food, he goes for the fishes.
Wow. That's amazing, man. Wow.
He's a cannibal.
I still think I still don't think he's a blue spot, but you know,
he's a blue spot, Ellie.
He's crossbreed. Hey, he's crossbreed or something.
I got a clear look at that fish. He looks just like the one I had. That is a blue spot for sure.
Wow. So anybody got any plans? Any upgrades in mind or any hey Salty Shack, is that he came back. Salt Shack. I'm gonna put the camera on you for a little bit since you're showing the tank and we just showing our pretty faces. So anybody got any I'm gonna be honest, I'm thinking about upgrading my tank, and the only reason is I don't believe I have enough room as far as like keeping everything in like confined. Like I want my auto top off inside the stand. I want space under this, under the sump. So I think I'm gonna go for a 72, 6 foot by 2 foot by like 20 inches tall peninsula. Yeah, right now I got this 48 by 24 by 21. I'm thinking I'm going to do that upgrade by the end of this year. What y'all think?
Do it.
Do it. Y'all are enablers. Y'all like
You
enablers.
know you want us to tell you to do it.
I know, right? I'm confessing this to get some.
Exactly.
It's on my mind though. It's really well, in the next 2 years I plan on moving to a house, but I know another 2 years of dealing with this tank and just everything confined. It's gonna make my life hard. It's gonna make it unenjoyable. That makes it. Does that make any sense? So I don't know. Chuk, am I saying this right? Chaku's Reef. I'm sorry if I butcher your name. When are you coming back to Charlotte? I'll be in Charlotte next week, around Father's Day week, next weekend. So if y'all didn't know, I was in Charlotte a couple weeks ago. I was visiting Tristan Reef. That dude got a monster tank, and that wasn't even an upgrade. That was the one he has running now. But yeah, I'll be back in Charlotte soon. But yeah.
Are you gonna have a custom build or get like a Red Sea?
Yeah. No, I'm gonna do custom. See, definitely, I want to do custom because, of course, I want specific. I want to look. I want your brace. I want it to be. I want the overflow to be external, so I don't kind of like how Reduce is, where it's just the box on the outside is nothing like, not like the Synergy Reef things, but just straight glass.
Mm-hmm.
That way I'm thinking that will make like when I move, I could bring that tank with me instead of like upgrading again. I think that'd be like my 5-6 year tank that I'd be happy with. Oh, that's just my thinking, but I don't know if I could deal with, because I'm in a confined space with this tank I got now, and it's like, I see like a little scratch on the bottom. It's not Euro brace, so it's like when I clean the glass, water spills over. It's little stuff like that. It's just like it gets on my nerves type thing. So what's going on, Reefing with O?
Hey, what's up, man?
Finally,
Good, I know.
Oh, give us some exclusive.
What's man doing? Is he in a car?
He's playing Project Cars, probably.
Yeah. He playing Mario Kart.
But he look like he got like a full setup. Like
Yeah. I got the whole car, man. Handbrake, gas sticks, pedals, wheels.
So while we talk about reefing, we're gonna watch Mad Dog drive. We drive it too, but we're just gonna watch him drive.
No, you can't see my screen. I'm gonna try and get it.
Don't crash, man. Don't crash.
Oh, give us some exclusives, man. I know the wife people gonna buy you a new tank, man. So tell us, give us some dimensions and some of your what you going with, man.
I'm not getting a bigger tank. In fact, I'm copying the biz right now. My wife wants an anemone tank. So right now the plan is to put like right beside the 75-gallon, put a little 10-gallon anemone tank right next to it.
I thought you was gonna get a bigger tank for the nasal tank, right?
Yeah, but DC, man, you still gotta enjoy life while you're here. You gotta plan for the future while enjoying today.
I feel you on that. I was just saying the same thing.
Yeah, so my anemone just split again, so now I have 6 bubble tip anemones again. So so I am going to I'm gonna get a 10-gallon. I'm gonna plumb it into, I may have to put a couple holes in my Red Sea Reefer stand, but I'm gonna plumb it into the main system. It's gonna use the heater. It's gonna use everything from the main system, and just have like a bubble tip tank. Put some clownfish in it, and put a little auto.
How big is the space that you're putting it next to your tank? Can it fit maybe a bigger cube tank?
No, it can't. See, it's right next to my TV, and I have full. I have about 17 or 18 inches of clearance. So whatever I do, it has to fit there.
Oh, okay.
So I was thinking of getting like I think Innovative Marine makes a just a like a Starfire glass little 10-gallon tank. I was thinking of drilling that, putting like one of those external overflows. I think one's called the X-Aqua In and Out. Doing that and then plumbing it into into my regular sump and tee off my return pump, so there's no extra no extra equipment running it. Maybe put a little power head on it and keep it simple.
See, I knew O had some confessions. He was waiting to tell the church what he had planned.
Yeah, listen, if I, what I might Mage, I'm thinking about it. I might, because I have the TV mounted on the wall and the TV is next to the tank. So if I can get the guy to come and move the mount over like maybe another foot, then I have room for like a full-on cube, maybe like
that's what I'm saying. I like just move that TV. I mean, y'all probably don't watch TV in there anyway. You be on YouTube half the time.
Don't let that man do that to you, He's enabling you, She's giving me that little nudge.
I'm seriously thinking about it.
Do it. Do it.
Well, if you do, make sure you get some footage so you can share with us. We want to see.
Hey, my wife is listen. I'm trying to make this happen within the next 2 or 3 weeks because my wife requested this. So when the wife requests it, you let it happen before she change her mind and she get mad at me for something. So I'm trying to make this happen like DC in the next 2 to 3 weeks, man. A month at most.
I think you should move the TV. 10-gallon is small, and the way your enemy split, that tank could be full in no time.
Yeah, Mage, I'm thinking about it. You just gotta ease her into it,
Who, your wife or you?
I don't know, maybe me.
Yeah, because she already told you what she wanted.
Yeah, I would have went out and bought it that day, man.
I really think that the enemy tanks is going to be the new wave. Like whether they nanos, whether they big tanks, I see more people getting into enemy tanks. Like,
it's the movement, man. It's
Mr. Saltwater or Mellor's Reef.
Yeah.
Mellor's Reef. Oh, his cube. Oh my goodness, with all those anemones and those Nemos in there, so pretty.
And the Biz has one that after I watched it, I think after she watched that one, I think that one is that convinced her. But the thing is we have a 4'75". The anemones now that I've left the tank alone and stuff is growing. My wife has two loves, anemones and Euphyllia corals, and now they're starting to compete with each other because the anemones split or get too big, and then the Euphyllia corals are so happy that there's no room for both. I think that's I enjoy anemones, but I just think in a reef tank they move around. Mine, since it split the other day, it's walked around the tank once, caused a little bit of bleaching, but then came back to the original rock. It probably,
Hey, it need to stretch his legs. Everybody gotta have a stroll.
That's why you have a species specific. That way you don't worry about if they move around. You don't have any other corals in there that you really care about that they can destroy. My anemone tank is only 30 gallons.
So do anemones sting other anemones?
No.
Different types?
They will sting different types.
Like
I've got
carpet and you have a bubble tip.
I had a bubble tip that stung a flower anemone that hadn't moved since I had it, and the bubble tip moved by the flower anemone, was stretching out his little tentacles, and the next thing I know, the flower anemone moved to the backside of the rock.
So I have a flower anemone now that's close to one of my bubble tips. It hasn't moved. It hasn't disturbed it at all. He's been right there, and at one point they were even closer. I mean, he's moved a little bit, but I don't think it was from a sting or anything. Because I do plan on put other rock nymphs in this tank. I like rock nymphs too. I'm just on a bubble tip kick right now, so I don't know.
All the anemones, the mini carpets. I do like the big carpets, but those big carpets will eat your fish.
Yes, they will eat fish.
Well, you know what? Flower anemones will eat your fish too, because I came home, my flower anemone had ate a fish. So.
But if you're doing an all anemone tank, I'm pretty sure Everybody gonna do
Whose tank is that?
right. This is the Saint.
You know what I'm gonna do,
That
mate?
tank's nice. That tank's nice.
I just decided one day when my wife isn't here, I'm gonna get somebody to come over and just like move the mount and just tell my wife it was always there. I have one of those mounts that you can slide the TV left and right on it.
Right.
So I'm gonna get somebody to come over. She's at work now, so she's not listening, people. So
Hey, Dave said he'll help you.
so you just I'm gonna move the mount and just move the TV over by a foot, move everything over by a foot, and maybe I could put like a nice 2x2 cube.
Yeah.
Are you trying to surprise her, though?
Not with the cube, but she you know, right now she does. I mean, the TV mount is pretty long. It's just that I'm just gonna move it over by a foot so the TV can slide another foot. You know, don't worry about it, DC. I got this.
I think she would like the cube more than just like a small 10-gallon.
Yeah, and one of the things I was worried about also when is my plan was to put the tanks really close, and then somebody kind of reminded me that you need space to kind of clean in between. So if you have the tanks right next to each other, you can't get the magnet scraper in between, and you know you're gonna get algae buildup. So I'd rather.
That's why you use one of those.
I ain't mean to cut you off, Saint. Can you unmute yourself and explain what is going on here? Cause my goodness, it's nothing but coral candy I see.
Oh, you just use the scraper with the what that's on the long stick.
Yeah, I know, Mitch, but you know, listen, man, laziness kicks in. I prefer the glass scraper. You just whoop, 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 whoop. It's done.
Wayne Scott, I will be in Vegas. I will be going to Magna. Anybody else going to Magna?
I am.
You going to Magna? Oh,
yeah, I'm going to Magna.
I'm in there too. I saw Reef Dude's video.
Oh, that video was nice.
Yeah, the guy's crazy, man, jumping from buildings for videos. That was crazy. But yeah, that was awesome. So Magna is in September 7th through the 9th, I believe.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. It's 7th to the 9th. What is it? 3 days. So I think it's gonna be a 5-day trip for me. I'm gonna get in a day before, and I'm gonna leave a day after.
Right. But we got Reef-a-Palooza, New York coming up.
Yeah, that's in what, 2 or 3 weeks?
Yeah, 3 weeks. So
I'll definitely be there.
I'll be there Friday to hang out with O and Dave.
How big is that tank?
Nanos tank.
That's pretty.
That's like a 40-gallon.
Yeah, that tank's well.
No, that's not.
That ain't no 40-gallon.
That's not a 40-gallon. That's a 5 or 6 foot tank, DC. I can tell by the.
Like might be a 90-gallon.
120.
Or one. Huh? Is he talking?
120 something. He says.
That's a 120. Okay.
Yep. Oh, that's nice.
Man, what is going on with your tank, man? You got all kinds of stuff. Are you selling corals? Because I'm ready to buy.
The left side is my frag tank. It's
nice.
To 120.
So you have a frag tank set up just to hold frags, or you on sell them eventually?
Just to hold frag, and then just like kind of acclimating it and look for space where to put it.
Oh, nice.
Shell filter. Sure.
See, he got that ladder. I had a ladder for my tank. My next tank. I do not want to use a ladder to try to get into it. That's for the birds.
Hey, let's see them zoas again, Saint. That's what we want to see.
Which one?
Oh yeah, just leave it right there. Look at that. Look at that candy right there. You don't like zoas? Something wrong with you? Like zoas are the best core because they don't fight. They full of color and they grow fast.
Oh, it's right here.
All three. You get all three. SPS fight each other. ACANs don't fight each other. They kind of like zoas too. What else fight each other?
I heard the ACANs and ACAN lords fight.
See, you know how that was zoas. Zoas and pallies get along.
Yeah, they do.
They don't care. Only thing about it is don't get the non-pretty zoas because that's gonna take over. Like,
oh, you mean?
Well, what's that green tree looking coral on the rock?
The greens and the browns always take over.
That one?
Is that a leather on the left side?
Yes.
Hold on, catching up to the stream. Hold on.
G
Nope.
G Carol, you're speaking at Reef-a-Palooza, New
You're
York.
right there. You see right there?
Are
That
you
one.
talking about GSP?
No, go up, go up, go up. Right there. What is that? Is that
Look
leather?
No, just SPS of the green. What they call that?
Hey G
Silo?
Carol, can you join the chat for like maybe 1 second? You could tell us about that. I didn't know you were speaking. I don't know what G Carol means, but that'd be awesome if you kind of like tell us a little bit about what you're going to be speaking about for Reef-a-Palooza.
What kind of coral is that?
Which one?
That green one you was just showing with the little stuff. Yeah,
The
that
one on
one.
top? It's
That
like
one,
just
right.
a silo. I forgot what is the name. Just a SPS.
Oh, look like broccoli or something.
Oh, you disrespecting the SPS people, Deaf Maze.
No, I like the way it looked. But it didn't look like a. It doesn't look like an SPS because it's so like pumped together like broccoli.
G Carol, just click that link. It is going to redirect you, and just hit OK and all that kind of stuff, and it'll let you join the chat. You don't have to put your camera or anything like that. But yeah.
Hey, is this the soil you're talking about?
I can't. It looked brown.
I hate those things, man.
Oh yeah.
They're called fairy dust pallies here in St. Louis.
Yeah. I got
I got some of those.
Over your tank.
Yeah, these will take over your tank.
I'm high maintenance, so I get the name, I get the color, the brand name of those. I don't get no scrubs those. Get that out
I
of
got
here.
some of those.
Yeah,
I think those are pretty because they got the little like
really tell
speckled gold in the middle. Is
Yeah,
that the one
they're-
they got speckled gold in the middle, right?
Yeah, they're pretty until they take over half your tank.
See, they can take over.
So yeah, I've like taken rocks out and peeled them off one by one with tweezers before. I hate those things.
Yeah. Some zoas do take over.
I wish my Bam Bams would take over.
Yeah, me too.
I have a frag with like 5 of them on it.
Right there.
That candy apple red.
My Bam Bams took so long to grow.
Candy apple red's right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got some of those too.
And that's a bouncer right there.
The Bowser.
Yeah, Bowser.
Yeah, buddy.
Is that that's that other one right there, that orange one that's right next to it? That's utter chaos, ain't it?
I'm giving us a sweet tooth up in here.
Over here, you got what is those armor of gods right there?
Yeah.
Look at Biz. Just naming them one by one.
The pink depot.
Those the little green ones right there. Those are what are those? Man, I can't remember the name. I got a bunch of them though.
Blueberry field.
This is music to my ears.
No, not blueberry field. The ones that's next to those.
Damn, Mad Dog is in full gaming mode. He got the glass hold. Let me show y'all, man.
Hey, I'm gonna start naming my cars, giving my cars my own name. So
He got his VR on.
Look at Mad Dog. He is in full. He has the glasses, the headphones. It's going
That's a
down.
straight gaming setup right there, man.
Hey, I'm sitting in my Audi, man.
I gotta give me something like that. All right, let's go back to Saint. Man. We gotta get back
I'm
to.
not confess. I just lost 2 fish this weekend. This week, I mean.
Man, I'm loving the setup. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm loving. So what kind of lights are you running? Just straight LEDs?
You gotta hit it. It's T5.
LEDs and T5s?
Yeah, I got.
Yeah, that's that Aquatic Life. So you got 2 of those Aquatic Life fixtures. What is that? The
2
4
LED like
bulbs?
this right here. It's the angle. Both of them. One right there and one right here.
Okay.
And I have a 7-volt T5.
Okay. What kind of bulb combination you running?
Blue plus and Core plus.
Okay. Yeah, I'm running the same thing.
2 Core plus and 5 blue plus.
And that's Sosa right there, the red one.
Yeah, red Satosa.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a must-have if you're an SPS guy, huh?
Yeah.
That's like
it's like a good entry level SPS coral.
Yeah, and
Something to
it's
get your
pretty
feet
too.
wet.
It's bright.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
Blasto area right here.
Blastos, okay.
Blastos, kryptonite, your green. I can't remember what those are called. Yeah, those right there.
I love that pepper rest. I got the same one. Does yours eat pellets and flakes like mine?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got a winner.
So I got
that digitata. What's that? Is that a that SPS right there?
Look at the corals, Death Maze. Forget the fish.
What? He's looking at me.
Talk about corals. Looking at
is that a red planet?
Oh look, he has a mandarin.
Death Maze don't know none of these corals. She talking about something.
There was a mandarin.
The one, the blue on the end is the Oregon Torch.
Okay.
And that's the pink lemonade, the one in the next to the snail.
So how long has this tank been, up and running? And
downstairs from 180 to this one. So I had this one running since 3 months.
Wow. It's looking good, friend.
3 months.
Can't wait.
I'm not sure how you guys how I get rid of my hair algae real quick. 1 second.
So you're not bored with your tank like CJ and them was talking about, right?
They're the only ones bored with their tank.
Yeah, they crazy.
This one have a lot of hair algae on it. You can see it, right? Or not?
It's just
on the side.
It looked like Reef-a-Palooza over there. It's just frags everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure. This one. This is an Aiken. What's all this space? Eat all the hair algae on the Aiken.
Look at that.
Look at them babies. They're so cute.
It went right for it too.
Oh Lord, look at it.
Man, you ain't feed those fish today, did you?
Everybody eating.
That's crazy.
They're eating all the hair algae on the bright.
I didn't know fish like hair algae like that.
Yeah, tangs do. That fox face is like it too.
Yeah.
They is going to work on that. Wow, yeah, you got a good batch, man. I like your fish selection too. It's like you got nice, colors. You want active swimmers.
I want to get me a dory, and you got a yellow belly dory.
Yeah.
It's called Blue Hippo Tank. Yeah,
in my tank.
In church, you're embarrassing me in church.
My tank is Nemo's and Dory's.
Nemo's and Dory's. Wow.
Look at that. That's awesome. Too many tang. How's the cleaner? I could never clean the cleaner rats alive, man.
I had one for almost 1.5 years.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Mine jumped out. Oh, I had a bicolor clean. Oh, remember that bicolor cleaner rats I got? Oh my God.
I know I had one.
Oh, heartbroken. Heartbroken over that fish.
Nice selection, man.
This one jumped out.
Oh wow. Well, damn.
You kept him?
Well, I mean, you can't go ahead and just give him a proper burial.
Oh, wow.
Put him on the last
He's not swimming no more. You made me choke, man.
I mean, just out of nowhere. I guess that's your confession for the night.
Wow.
Let's get a same thing, Mike. What happened with that fish?
That's messed up.
He jumped out.
Wow.
You show him to the other fish, be like, don't do this.
We were sitting here enjoying all this good candy, fish goodness, and then bam.
Bam, just all up on it. Wow.
I mean, that dude looked like a piece of leather, yo. It's stiff as a board. So do you keep the dead body to tell the other fish this is what happened to you?
Yeah.
Is that like a constant reminder?
He probably tape it to the tank.
Mm-hmm. Don't do this.
Gracious.
That's messed up.
Like
It's a bare bottom tank, but I got 2 rashes.
Dude,
Yeah, I saw that leopard wrasse in there.
when a fish jumps out, that sucks, man.
Yeah, it does.
Yep, you can't do anything about it.
Yeah, I had to end up putting even though I had a canopy over the 125, I had to end up putting a screen on the back side of the canopy because that's where they would jump out. They find anywhere to jump.
Oh, okay. I know the face now. What's going on?
You see that anti?
Reef-a-Palooza.
I saw
Greg.
Reef-a-Palooza booking.
Did I select the wrong account? I guess I did.
No, it's all good.
I meant to do it from my private account. So.
Okay.
What's it called? Reef-a-Palooza?
It said Reef-a-Palooza booking, but you work for Worldwide Calls, right?
No, I'm here in California.
Okay.
So I'm the president of the California Club.
Okay.
And we started Reef-a-Palooza, and then we franchised it out to Worldwide Corals for the East Coast side of it.
Oh, okay, awesome. I was wondering how that worked because I thought they was always the first Reef-a-Palooza I went to was in Orlando, and I just saw guys from Worldwide Corals like Lou and the other guy, and I thought that that was their thing expanded, but that was y'all thing initially, right?
Correct. Yeah, I mean we've been doing it. I think this is 15 years.
Okay.
So it started as a frag swap in somebody's backyard, and it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And
how many members do you guys have in your club?
About 100. It's not that big of a club. In Southern California, there are so many clubs. People don't drive far for a club. They may drive 20 minutes. That's about it.
That traffic.
Exactly. And we meet on a Friday night, so that kind of makes it worse for a lot of people. But we got 100. It's 100 dedicated members. I mean, half the guys have been there for the 10 years plus that I've been there. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
In St. Louis, we have a hard enough time keeping one club and keeping 20, members in one club.
It's tough, and I will say this. I'm sure you've seen over the years, you've heard the stories about, clubs doing MACNA, and the next thing you know, the club folds, afterwards. Money corrupts. And one thing about our club, man, money has not changed us. We just keep doing our thing. And because with us, it's just about the hobby. We just want more people to get into the hobby.
Well, I'm kind of glad. I'm glad that you joined the live stream because, at the end of the day, we all hobbyists, right?
Absolutely.
So, thanks for joining. And just,
no problem.
I seen your I seen the pictures of all the speakers. So now the face makes sense.
Yeah.
All I saw was the South Park avatar.
Exactly. Most people know me as the guy who puts on the raffle.
Okay.
So how that all started, I guess the first year they did Orlando, they used the president of the Orlando club, and they just weren't feeling it. It wasn't exciting, and I'm sure if you've seen me raffle things off. 40 minutes, I'll raffle off 100 items, so everybody can get back to buying corals.
I had to literally stand. I was videotaping in New York. I had to literally stand on like tables. The crowd was just so crazy. Like, when it gets to the raffle, that's when it goes down.
Yeah, I mean, it's for me, it's about making it fun. I'm not about necessarily all the education. I'm really an equipment guy, so MACNA is not necessarily my thing. But yeah, I like equipment, and I know a lot of people in the industry, so I get a lot of first looks at things and such. So you saying right here on the DC Reef Church that you got the trident from Apex? That's what you're saying. I am not saying that. I see. I tried to bait him in. You tried, but no. I to be honest with you, I've never used an Apex. Oh. I have one for the next tank, but I've never used an Apex. I used the older Aqua controller on my last system, but until just recently, I didn't have a tank. So I took a 3-year break while moving houses a couple of times. So
you don't have an apex. How do you run a tank without an apex?
Lord have mercy.
Oh man, listen, man. I didn't finish with the sentence. I was gonna say Mage. Come on, Mage. Leave me
I'm gonna mute. Oh.
I'm gonna tell you.
I'm with you. Oh.
You know what? Come hear me talk, because that's part of what I'm going to talk about. I'm about doing things easy.
Buddy. Wish I could come.
And I'll tell you, and I'll tell you, an apex to me is not doing things the easy way. Now it's full control. Don't get me wrong, but I try to limit points of failure. So if my pump's going to fail, that's one thing. But if my pump fails because something on my apex failed, that's a whole nother issue. That's a second point of failure. So I try to limit those points of failure when I do a system.
But if you have 2 return pumps, and if the apex can detect when one fails and turns on the other one, that's like
no. You're absolutely
I'm
right.
just gonna sit back.
Yeah, no. You're absolutely right that the apex can detect those things. But I will tell you, in my 20 years of reefing, I have talked with people that own apexes and every other controller out there, and I always tell them, this hobby will find a way to get you. I don't care how redundant you are.
Amen, brother. Amen, brother.
Find a way to get you.
Hold on, one second, G.
I'll give you that.
Does the G mean Greg? Can we? The Greg?
Yeah, Greg.
Okay, reefing with turn on your camera, because this is about to get. Who you talking to? Don't hide behind the camera.
I'm hiding.
Don't hide. No. You're tech. Greg. Reefing with is the guy that's talking to you. He has a Thursday tech talk every Thursday, and he's hiding behind his camera. I'm not gonna allow that. So Reefing with turn your camera on, because Greg is here and he's about to shut you down.
Didn't we do this last week?
I'm still recovering from bullying.
I'm gonna use an apex. But I would rather use the apex as a monitor, not as a controller. That's
okay, Biz. Go ahead, chime in, Biz. What you got? What you got, Biz?
I'm just gonna say, I hear him, but I love Apex. So I my Apex controls everything. I have redundancy set up. I have fallback mode set up and everything. I mean, each person does reefing differently.
Absolutely.
If he wants to do it that way, hey, by all means. Me personally, I like my 1-button water change.
And that's phenomenal.
Good point.
That would make reefing easy for me.
Yeah.
It's easier not to deal with a change.
But you know what?
There go Mad Dog.
Mad Dog. How do you do what it's
It's easier not to do it.
He's like, you ain't got to do it.
You know what I learned last week though? My apex my head unit actually failed 2 weeks ago when I was away on business. And you know what I learned? That
wait. It always fails when you're away.
Yeah.
You don't ever fail when you're away.
You're right. But you know what I've learned is that I had my gyres connected to the apex, ramping them up and down. And so one of the changes I'm going to make because of that is, even though my apex is going to control everything is still going to have its own controller. So I'm switching to Vortec pumps because they have, separate controllers. Like, even though they're going to be linked to my apex, into my Reef Link, and apex is probably going to turn off when they need to, but they each have their own separate controller. So if the apex goes down, my pump it's not dead like what happened last week. So because the apex was ramping up and ramping down, when that died, my power heads died. So that's kind of one chain. So I still love I can't reef. If someone asked me why, we were just talking the other day how my wife wants a bubble tip tank, and the reason my family's in the hobby with me is because the apex makes everything easier for them. Like, when they need to feed, they press one button. If something's wrong, they don't have to go digging around to flip switches. They know, they just go. My son even has the app. He just turns off the skimmer, and when I come home, he said, "Dad, like, something was happening, and I just turned it off, and it just left it for you to." So it's gotten the family more involved with the tank.
Right.
me. So I love it for that.
So let me ask you guys, because I have an Apex and I haven't really used it for the Apex ability. Does the Apex, the guys that do use it, because I'm kind of siding with Greg here a little bit, does it make you relying on it? Does having all those features, does it kind of bait you into using it for all these type of functions?
You see, I think as long as you know what you're doing, like I didn't come into the hobby using Apex. I learned how to do all of this stuff first, and then once I got the Apex, I automated it. So if the Apex fails, I can still take care of my tank. I still know how to manually set up a calcium reactor. I know how to manually set up BRS dose pumps to where using timers. So does it make me a lazier reefer? Yeah, because, you know, like I said earlier, I'm gonna hit that one button and do my water change and not think about it. You know, I'm going to let it feed when I, you know, programmed it to feed. But if it all dies, I'm fine. You know, well, I'll probably cry for a minute and be like, oh, damn. Now I got to disconnect all this stuff and set it back up manually. But I can do that. I have timers just sitting around the house that I don't use just in case. Another thing, like I never got rid of my reef link. My Apex controls all my lights, my power head, stuff like that. But if that was to crash and I couldn't get a head unit for a few days, I'll just run my lights on my reef link. I'll just run my vortex on my reef link.
So Greg, I got a question.
Yeah.
For you. When you made the statement, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when it crashed. Can you just talk about that a little bit more? Because that kind of got me thinking.
Okay, not crash. You know, most people, because when they're doing these controllers, they get so reliant on them. When they leave town, they're relying on that. They're a lot of guys are forgetting about sending someone to check on the tank, you know, like they would if they didn't have a controller and things like that. I'm not saying, you know, you can't have a controller. I mean, I'm going to have a controller. But I'm just saying don't get too reliant on it, because electronics and salt in the air do not get along.
I'll be the first to say eventually it's going to crash on you. You're going to have a problem.
If you've ever opened up any electronics that are around your saltwater tank, I mean, you know, I've opened up, you know, power bars from my aqua controller. There was salt creep all through it. And it's just simply because there's salt in the air. But then also, you know, my fans and things like that, my ceiling fans were all rusted too because the salt's in the air. Mm-hmm. So it's just something I choose not to rely on. But I do build in other methods of having. Hey, is that me? So yeah, I do build in other methods of backup systems. You know, so when I have my pumps that run the tank from the inside of the tank, not just the return pumps, those are on a completely separate circuit breaker. Because if the circuit breaker goes for one, I don't want it to go for the other. Things like that. I mean, there's other things you can do. You know, power goes out in the house. I'm kind of walking away from it anyway. So, you know, there's not a whole lot I can do about that. But, you know, we don't lose power around here too often. So,
but again, because I love technology, Greg, and how do you not fall in that? I guess I ain't gonna say trap, but it in a way it is a trap of not wanting to use your Apex to its fullest capabilities. Like when Brian said, man, he kind of dropped the mic and said, man, I'm doing my one button water change.
Yeah, no, that's.
But see, here's something else.
Gallon buckets, and I'm like, I'm tired of, you know.
Yeah.
Here's something else though about me though, DC, is that I'm prepared for this to fail. I've thought about that. I've thought out, look, this will fail sooner or later. When it fails, this is what I need to do.
See, with that type of that investment, because that's a lot of money. Apex is not a cheap thing. I don't think people are in the mindset of this is going to fail, you know, or prepared that it's going to fail. Like,
I've also worked in the IT field for 20 years, so I know it all fails.
Yep.
So, I'm confused a little bit, DC. Like I think a month or so ago, you were trying to convince me that you were gonna let your unreleased product control your tank, DC. Like
I was.
You're not even using an Apex right now. And I remember, DC, like a month ago, you were trying to convince me that.
Hold on, oh, you ain't got to call me out in my own church.
Yeah.
Listen, this is a DC Reefer church. You ain't got to call me out in my own church now. I said it. I'll stand by it. But my thing is, see, with Apex, and I'm a person though for reputation, so I'll go for reviews. I will lean heavy on somebody like Bryant because he's straight Apex. You know, he knows the in and out. So
yeah.
With that, I'm thinking they did all their homework. You know, I'm not looking to buy something that's gonna fail. Like when I buy something, I want it to work. You know, when I go out of town, I made this investment because it's gonna work. That's why I try not to buy cheap equipment because I don't want to set myself up for that letdown. So when the Apex said they're coming out with Trident and that it can keep your parameter stable, I was like, heck yeah, I'm gonna let it dose my tank. Like, why not? Like, that's what they're making it for. Like, why do the bare minimum when you could go all the way? But then you got Greg coming in here saying, man, listen, it's gonna bite you in the butt.
Eventually,
so I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, hold on, let me pump my brakes. So
eventually, it's just like even if you're not in the computer field, like me, Biz, and I guess sometimes, when you just using regular stuff like your car, a coffee maker, just things in your house, that stuff always needs maintenance. In order for it to properly run right, it needs maintenance, or else it will fail 100%. You know, and eventually, when you do give it that proper maintenance over the longevity of time, it's going to fail. So failure is, you can't get past that. It's going to fail.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen. You just need to be prepared for it. And what are you going to do? You know, and that's like, for example, if my lights fail, I have a backup generator. You know, if my Apex fails, I have a Reef Link. If the Apex and the Reef Link fails, I know how to program it with my computer. If it all fails, I know how to hit the button to program it. I mean, you have to know.
But you got to be there.
If it fails, I have to.
True. I have to be there. Luckily, I'm a homebody, so I'm here all the time, unless I'm on vacation. So
Brian, you're not recommending Apex for everybody. Is that basically?
I don't recommend an Apex unless you know what you're doing with your equipment. If you can run all your equipment without an Apex, then sure, get an Apex. But even me, I didn't start out with this. You know, you're looking at years of evolution with me. I didn't just, go out and buy a complete Apex system and programmed it and set it up the way I have it today. It took years. I've grown with this technology.
You know what? I'll just piggyback off of that. I think I've seen a lot of people who, I kind of have the same experience as Brian, where I think I learned how to take care of a reef tank for a couple of years before I got an Apex. But I've seen a lot of people who, it's sort of like the whole thing with Triton, where maybe we said, no water changes, so people kind of expected not to ever do a water change again. I think sometimes maybe with the language you use with the Apex, people just expected to just take care of their tank for them. And I'm like,
because when you go into, like, when y'all talk about the Apex, that's how y'all talk about it.
Yeah, it's y'all fault.
Yeah, y'all talk about it like it's
come on, son. Hold on. Yeah, let me help you out, Death Mage. I know you don't need no help. Y'all are the ones that hype it. You said you sat back, Brian. You gotta take responsibility for it. You just sat back, kicked up your feet, and said, "Hey, I can do a one-button water change."
Yeah, I can. Once again,
did he say, Greg? Greg, did he say?
Yeah.
You see the video of the one-button water change. You see all the instructions. You see all the code. But what you don't see, and I'll admit, you don't see the years that it took me to get to this point. But once again, you also didn't see when I was, running a 75 gallon with no Apex at all, and still had Radeons and MP40s and all this and all that. So once again, I do fall back to the point of, there's levels to this. You got to know what you're doing before, Now, yeah, the people I see, brand new reefers going out, buying an Apex and setting everything up. Yeah, if it crashes on them, they're not going to know how to fix it, or they're not going to know how to run without it. Let's say you got to ship your head unit back, and your system crashes on a Friday night, and you can't ship anything out till Monday. That's happened to me with fully set up Apex system.
Right.
Once again, fallback mode. I mean, you have to know these things. A lot of people don't even know about fallback mode, or they ignore fallback mode. That saved my tank more than once.
You know what I have now, Brian? I just bought a backup head unit. So now I'm not taking any chances. I only have a 75-gallon tank, but I have so much, forget about the monetary value. I have so much emotional value invested in my tank that I can't take any risk. So I got like a backup.
That you're going to cry, oh?
Listen, it would be crying.
I would. I ain't going to lie. My tank crashed, I'm crying. Like I said, I'll make that video. I'll be crying on the video.
What's the next step after crying?
After crying, I'm throwing all this out. I'm getting into a new hobby.
No, rebuild.
What you say, Greg?
I'm going back to astrophotography.
You got in this hobby, you know that you're one day away from losing it all. You always one day away from losing it all.
You are absolutely right. You are always a day from losing.
It's the challenge that we love, you know?
Yep,
so
it is.
You rebuild.
I don't know if I like this challenge anymore, guys. I'm gonna be honest. the way y'all talking, like I don't want to think of my tank as a what's it called when you walk the field, like you walking in the mines and you step on the thing and they blow you up.
Yeah, you got a ticking bomb in your living room.
Yeah, I don't want to feel like that in this hobby. I got in the hobby for clownfish, guys.
Yeah, I kind of over tech everything I have. Like my apartment it has these hue lights, these hue sensors. When I walk out, it shuts everything is over tech, but I still don't expect it to work 100% of the time. And then there's a few things, like even though I have all these sensors, I still have stuff hooked up to like light switch, where for that time when whatever it is you're trying to talk to Alexa and tell her to turn on the lights and she's not listening, I just go flip a switch and it's on anyway, you know?
I wish I could be like that. I just working
that whole Alexa thing, like I know they got the remotes. I'm looking at my remote and it has like a little a microphone button where you can speak into it, say ABC or ESPN. I'm just gonna hit the damn buttons, like
just hit the button.
I'm not that lazy.
I don't like talking to things. Like, talking to my phone and talking to my PlayStation and talking to the TV.
I think our kids are going to be completely different. Our kids, we grew up with like using a mouse. Eventually, our kids are going to be talking to their computers. It's just the progression of technology.
You could talk to your computer now. Shoot.
Exactly. I wouldn't because I'm old school.
Exactly. Well, I wouldn't because with me and technology, because I've worked on it for a long time, it's good, but then I just know the failures of it. So I don't want it controlling my whole house. Like a report just came out not too long ago. Alexa was sending private conversations to somebody in their contact list. Like, I don't know. I just don't want to deal with that type of stuff.
Yeah, I hear you. I turn off my Alexa. I unplug my Alexa most of the time. So yeah.
Why get it and you gotta unplug it?
Because I saw Reef Dudes and I saw him controlling his Apex with a Alexa.
and then you saw Dave and him talking to Alexa across the live stream. Huh?
I was like, I gotta have that. See, I got issues. I got problems with this hobby.
All right, guys, I gotta bounce. Thank you.
Hey, thanks for showing your tank, man. It's looking great. Come back again next Monday.
Hey, Greg.
Yeah.
Would Reef-a-Palooza ever be like will y'all ever put one on in the south or the north parts of the country?
Like where? Yeah, we're going to Chicago.
Yeah, I can't wait. Thank you. Yeah.
Well, when y'all gonna go somewhere down south, like Texas or Louisiana or something?
There's no reefers in Texas.
That was definitely considered.
Oh, I'm a mute. Hey, one more time. Oh, one more time.
It was definitely considered, but we decided to choose Chicago. There's issues with the Texas Nexus laws, is what I'm being told. And so, I mean, because we wanted to put one right there in Dallas. I mean, absolutely wanted to put one there. I just don't see it happening anytime soon. We're at 4 shows. I don't know that the market can really bear any more than 4. So
I've never been to any Reef-a-Palooza. I had the chance to go to Magna because it was in New Orleans, and I live in Louisiana.
Okay.
So, if Reef-a-Palooza was a little closer,
well, you can make it to. Yeah, it's a long drive, but I'll tell you, the Reef-a-Palooza Orlando. There's people there from South Carolina, Kentucky. I mean, they come from everywhere. California. I mean, we got people that fly in, from Asia that come to the show. New York, you'll see people from Europe coming in for the show. So
I see people from the Middle East. I meet people from the Middle East.
Absolutely.
Reef-a-Palooza, New York, and they don't buy corals, they buy equipment and spend the extra on the suitcase and take it back.
Exactly. I mean, you just got to be willing to make the trip. I don't think. I mean, I guess I'm biased because I just do Reef-a-Paloozas, but I enjoy the whole experience. Staying in the hotel, hanging out with the reefers all night. Anybody that's ever been to the Orlando one knows exactly what that's like when you have 400 or 500 reefers outside having a good time. It's all helped by the moonshine boys showing up with several gallons of moonshine, but we hang out there all night and just talk tank. I mean, you guys are doing it here online, but we're when we get together, we try to do it in person.
Hey, congratulations on the new Reef-a-Palooza for Chicago, because I know that's going to be big for.
That's huge for me, man.
Yeah.
Thank you personally.
Chirac.
Yeah. We were concerned because a lot of people were really upset that Aquatic Experience left. And we didn't understand why. And that was the only reason we never considered it. Aquatic Experience, those guys are friends of ours. And, we support their show. But, if they're not going to be there, we had to fill the void. So
I thought it was
Hey, we could barely hear you, man. Speak.
Yeah, I can barely hear him.
Aquatic Experience is going to be in New York. But I thought it was just like a one-time move. I didn't realize it was a permanent move to New York.
Well, from my understanding, they have a 3-year contract to stay in New York. So I don't know if they're going to pick another location after that 3 years. I don't exactly know what their plan is. But yeah, they're supposedly staying there for 3 years, just like they stayed in Chicago.
Oh, so they might just move around the state every 3 years, which is good because it gives a lot of people an opportunity to see these things. They can't travel like from all the way from California to New York or whatever.
And the company that owns them is a major trade show company. They don't just do aquatic shows; they do pet industry shows. They have a lot of resources. They can do a lot with that show. We're on the other hand, we're not that big. So
I hope, though. I don't know if this gets back to them, but it gets back to them. But I hope they do. I've heard the one in Chicago didn't have a lot of salt water. I hope in New York they do, because the cycle in New York is the warm months, business is slow, people ignore their tanks. And around October, when the aquatic September, October, when the aquatic experience is supposed to be here, that's when people in New York, that's when equipment starts selling. Now is the selling time. As it gets warm, it's the selling time, and the fish stores, foot traffic is low. So they're going to be here, like right when people are ramping up and people stop doing summer activities and starting to be a bit. So I hope they do have more, saltwater stuff, coral vendors. That what I heard they had in Chicago.
Right. Well, I think you have to realize the freshwater hobby is very big. So that's, I think, what they're trying. That's one of the main points they're trying to cater to. I don't know anything about saltwater, so about freshwater, excuse me. So I've never been interested in freshwater.
I don't know why anybody.
Freshwater sucks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So yeah,
That's so mean.
Yeah, this is church, DC. We don't do that here.
That's the truth. I don't.
The pastor need praying for. Lay hands.
Freshwater is okay for like beginners, but it's just not. You don't take it to that reef level. Like,
I'm muting myself. I'm not getting it.
Lay hands on him, please,
hey, man,
church.
Greg, we agree, man. Freshwater sucks. I know you don't want to say it because you got to be correct.
Exactly. I can't be too biased. I got friends in freshwater, so but I've never had a freshwater tank and don't plan on having one. So let's say it like that. So
good. You ain't missing nothing.
Yeah, I thought about making this little nano tank of freshwater at one point in time, but I got over it.
Yeah, you'll be miserable.
Man, I feel like the Baptist minister is talking about the Methodist one.
So I know you said you were friends with other shows, like, so I noticed that y'all do support like Magnus and stuff. Like, is it the same way?
Yes, and you know what it is? Because we all support the exhibitors, we really have to coexist. We really have to get along. We have to talk to each other. And there's plenty of room. The hobby is growing. If we do our job, it helps expand the hobby.
Gotcha.
So, there's no reason to look at someone as an enemy or anything like that. And I'm sure you've seen that in the actual industry. All the companies like each other. Yeah. I mean, they all, even if they're competitors, it doesn't matter. There's plenty of people in this hobby to share. So, I look at it as when we set up Reef-a-Palooza, the whole thing was about inspiring people to be in the hobby, inspiring people to stay in the hobby, and I think we're doing a great job at it. I mean, every show we're getting, all 3 shows this year should have over 4,000 people in attendance. That's unheard of in any show in this industry, except maybe Interzoo. But Interzoo's truly a pet show, so it's not just a aquatic show.
So, what made you guys integrate like freshwater? Like I saw at Reef-a-Palooza, New York, it was like a Dustin Fish Tank, and they was having like skate balls and stuff. Like, what made I wanted to add that into Reef-a-Palooza?
So JBJ, came up with the idea to kind of cross promote. JBJ also owns Dennerly, which is they make the plants and stuff for the tanks. So they basically said, hey, why don't we try to get people, from both sides to come? So we did that with Dustin, and Dustin's a great guy. He's wild and crazy on the on the internet, but he's not really like that. He's a down to earth, cool guy. So
that's cool.
We decided to go ahead and give it a shot. We did it here in California also. It was a great success. I mean, there's a lot of people here that are both freshwater and saltwater, so it really worked here. And it didn't hurt that a lot of the companies are based here. JBJ is based here in Southern California. So, when it's easy for them to bring all of the extra tanks for them to do the aquascaping challenge and whatnot.
Awesome. So tell us what you're going to talk about again on Reef-a-Palooza. I think we got mixed up.
So yeah, no. I want to talk about, more of a lazy approach to reefing. And when I say lazy, I'm talking about just not making things overly complicated. There's a lot of ways to do this hobby. And I think a lot of people get intimidated and think that they need all these other things to be successful. I try to do things, from the minimalist standpoint. So, like this little nano tank that I have, I mean, basically it's got a skimmer, it's got a couple of pumps, and I'm pumping my top off through topwasser. Don't really do much else. I hardly. I mean, I feed the corals, but I don't really feed the fish. I mean, the fish I have in here are easy fish. I got a pipefish, ruby dragonet, and a little goby. And I don't even leave. You know, when I go to Reef-a-Palooza in New York, nobody's gonna come and feed the fish. There's no need. There's plenty of pods in there for them to eat. And you know, the first two fish, they don't really eat any flake food or anything like that anyway. So.
So you more so a coral guy then?
Absolutely, I'm a coral guy. That's first and foremost for me now. I've never been a big fish guy. I mean, when I set up the big tank, I mean, you're going to see it's going to probably have 20, 30 anthias in it because I feel a reef is not complete without a huge school of anthias. But so other than that...
when you say big tank, we talking big?
I got a 250-gallon that I'm setting up.
Okay, that's a big tank.
I'll show you.
Yeah, that's gonna be nice. So, man, questions for Greg, the man of the hour.
So this is my 250 AGE, and there's my Apex.
That's nice.
So basically, it's 62 by 36 front to back. And then 27 tall.
When you say AGE, what brand is that?
All glass exhibits, I think. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or acrylic and glass exhibits. They're out of Dallas. So they make a, you know, for us here, our biggest fear is an earthquake.
Yep.
So that causes a lot of stress when the earth starts rocking. So AGE does the stainless steel trim around the top and bottom of the tank in angle iron, and it doesn't flex whatsoever.
Where are you in Southern Cal?
I'm in Orange, so right in Orange County.
Okay, yeah, I know it. Yeah, the good thing about California, though, you don't have to worry about an earthquake every year.
No, exactly. Exactly.
That's what I tell people all the time. Like, you don't have to worry about that every year. Like, I moved to Louisiana, and every year we got to worry about tornadoes and hurricanes and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I have never, I mean, in the 13 years in the hobby, I've never lost a drop of water to an earthquake. It just, earthquakes are not that common, and people get scared of them, but they're usually not a big deal unless it's just a catastrophic one.
So then why is there, I mean, I guess we've been lied to because it makes it sound like it's a natural occurrence, like you have to walk around with a walking stick in.
Well, the reason why they pump it up is because California, exactly. and California is on a fault. So if a big one was to actually happen, you know, like I remember years ago, a big one happened and the freeway collapsed. That was the last really big one that I know of that.
Yep. That was the last one, and I wasn't in the hobby back then. I was in college back then. But
yeah, and that was a long time ago. Since then, I mean, when I was there for the military, we had like a little baby one, and people who are used to it didn't even feel it. The people who not from California, they were the ones like, "Did you feel that?" I'm like, "Nah, go to sleep."
We had one in New York like about 5 or 6 years ago. I think it was in DC, and we felt it all the way up in New York, and we all freaked out, man.
Listen, that earthquake in DC had everybody shook. Like,
oh, we were freaked out. I felt it all the way up. I was at work in New Jersey, and we'd never felt that before. So, and then after September 11th, you can imagine how like we just got stupefied.
Right.
When you're used to it, you don't feel it anymore.
Exactly. I mean, you know, the truth is, Southern California has an earthquake every day, but it's probably a magnitude of 2 or 3, and you just don't feel it. You know, if you go onto the USGA website, you'll see we have one every day. But they're usually small and you don't feel them. Even if you're sitting right on the fault, you won't feel it. So,
listen, I hope that don't ever happen in DC again. It was so like I never felt no ground shake. Like
me either.
That was so scary. Like I was like in like a basement too.
My company closed for a
But
week.
you know what? If you look at Google the faults, you'll be surprised where they are that you would never think. Louisiana has one here as well. You know, all it takes is an act of something, nature, and you'll feel it.
Hey guys, I gotta run. I'll catch up with some of you in New York. It's getting dinner time here, so
appreciate you coming, man.
No problem.
You know, with
I'm gonna try to
New York,
reach out a little more.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You're welcome. We have it every Monday, on my channel. We have this little, hangout, and then other channels, like Reefing with O, the guy that's Apex Crazy. He has it every Thursday around the same time. So yeah, you're more than welcome to join, man. And appreciate you.
All right, take care, guys.
All right,
all right, cool, man.
Guys, I'm gonna get out of here myself, so I'm gonna catch y'all next time.
Dixie, look at Mad Dog watching this in his virtual reality theater.
Yeah, I've been thinking over that.
Yeah, I was trying to figure that out. Like, how's he doing that?
Virtual reality, man.
This is the home theater, man.
Yeah,
that's tight.
Check it out. Look, no, I like it. I just chill out. This is where I watch my movies. I don't go cinemas no more, man.
But like, it feels like I'm really in the movies. That's crazy.
Yeah. You got your little menu where you can watch the films, and like, say if it's like I watched Avatar the other day 3D, you can put your 3D, change it to 3D, and whatever you want.
Speaking of movies, Def Major also hosts movie nights sometimes whenever she feel like it.
Don't mention that because you're gonna cuss me out when you mention me.
He begged me to do movie night. I've been doing movie night. He never come. I mean, so upset, man.
I was always in movie night, man. Don't say that. I was there all the time, man.
You got this VR crap. And left me.
Hey, no, movie night is not the same without being in the theaters. Now.
Blah blah.
Shut up.
So that VR, it's not uncomfortable for you, like to be on your face like that long.
Nah, man. Sometimes for like 8-9 hours a day, man. I fall asleep in this.
Wow.
I thought he was gonna say like I only have it on for like 5 minutes at a time.
He lives in there. He lives in there.
That's crazy.
Now I bought you can't see it as well. Now you can't even see what I'm seeing. I bought a thingy for it, Major. There's a different things you can put on. I bought like a comfortable set one that for hours of use. It's just chill. Let
me tell you guys, he used to be my gaming buddy, and he left me.
Hey,
like that.
I just watched Ready Player One, and I feel like what's her name is living in that world.
Who?
Mad Dog. I just watched the movie Ready Player One.
No, that is what I feel like sometimes. Check it out. I watch Ready Player One in here.
Wait, so wait a second, Mad Dog. We actually looking at what you looking at in the theater.
Yeah. You see from my eyeyesight, in a sense.
Oh my gosh! Oh, you're giving me a headache, bro.
Look at that. You into tech, right? Oh, look at that. It looks like we're really in a theater.
Yeah, let me see my face in the VR
in the movie
screen. Oh, yeah, shucks. So this is like some Inception level thing, man. Inception level thing. So it's my face in the VR on the screen, seeing my face watching myself.
Woody. You like that?
I don't even know what's going on. Like, this is not
great. Like, we on like the top row of the movie in there.
Yeah, you can move your seats down to the front, but it's too big. It's like going cinemas and getting this seat. You're like, oh shit, now right at the front.
It's too close to the front.
Or you can sit in the middle.
Yeah, we got it.
When I had the VR, this was the only room. The only thing I liked about the VR was watching the movies. That was it.
Dude, I would be in my own little world if I had that. So what's a good? Because I be like at Marshall sometimes. Like I be seeing they got so many different types. What's a good quality? Not the cheap stuff. What's a good quality VR to have?
This one that I have and the Vibe. It's only 2 top ones. Oh, I think
Yeah,
all the
only 2
other
top
ones are
ones.
a bit gimmicky, to be honest. I've tried the console and the phone ones. They're a bit gimmicky.
You got the
Wait, which one is
Oculus
that?
Rift. He has
This
the
is
Oculus Rift, and the Vive is the other one. So you only got 2 top ones right now: the Vive and the Oculus Rift.
Vive is Sony.
No, Vive is HTC.
HTC. So that's something I can get at Best Buy or something like that.
Yeah, Best Buy. Best Buy, they might have them on display, so you might be able to go and try them on.
Damn, $13.99 for the Vive Pro starter kit.
That's the Pro. Get the other one for the other one is $4.99.
Oh, man, that's like a new Apex right there, man.
How much is it?
That's the Pro though.
That's the Pro. The regular one is
$4.99, and the Oculus Rift is $3.99.
I'd get like, man, that's like an Apex module right there, Mage. It's like a Vortex pump right there.
So
it's an Apex module to control your life. Because
Hey,
Mad Dog is always gone.
hey, Alexa, turn my life on.
Yeah, I would have to
She said, I don't know what that means.
She gonna say, "Okay, sit back and enjoy the ride."
I would have to try that.
She said, I don't know what that means. I don't know how to turn your life on.
Yeah, I would have to try that to see how comfortable. Because even with these headphones on, I'm always doing this to let my ear breathe. So I wonder if it's gonna be like that on my face, if it's gonna be uncomfortable.
It depends on the person, because I hated it.
Yeah.
The Oculus Rift on my face was not right. I think the Vive would have been a better choice for me, but
I think
I wear glasses.
If you wear glasses, I think go for the Vibe. If you don't, I think the Rift is okay.
I wear glasses. I'm gonna go for the Viva. I'm gonna go. All right, man. I'm gonna sacrifice my power monitor.
He said the Viva.
The Viva.
Wait, how you pronounce it?
Vive.
Oh.
Okay, the chat is kind of dead right now. Like everybody going to sleep. I'm gonna end it tonight. I'm gonna leave it offline if you want to talk with each other. But I want to thank everybody for coming to church tonight. I'm not gonna go through the list, but everybody, thank y'all for joining the live stream. And we'll do it again on next Monday night. Be sure to check out Reef Community Worldwide's Tank Tuesday, Test Tuesday, which is tomorrow, and
I can never join in that.
Reefing with O, Tech Talk, whatever he called it. Tech
Thursday. Tech Thursday.
Tech Talk Thursday. Tech Talk Thursday. Triple T. Make sure you guys check that out. So thank y'all for joining and have a great night.
All right, cool, bro.